You are now tuned in live to Seriously Not Another Podcast. I'm your host, Ben, the Blueprint, ready.
Yes, indeed. Super producer.
Joined by my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful co-host, A to the motherfucking C.
What's happening? What the shit do? Yeah.
It's lovely, a lovely hot summer night.
Yes.
Hope the Fupas are washed tight.
Yes. Keep it dry, ladies. Keep it dry. Gotta keep them shits together for the weather.
This is episode 64, Fupa Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
Show them again. Show them the shirt. Show them the shirt. Hit them with the shirt.
Hit him with the shirt.
Fupa Lives Matter, y'all. You see her. She rapping and stepping. Oh, shots are in order. I don't think we took a shot. Did we take shots last episode?
First and foremost, I want to take a shot to the beginning of Leo season.
Hello.
Pal.
Hello.
Shot to my grandpa. His birthday's on the 29th.
Hey, he's a real one.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out to my little bro Nick. His birthday is in about 3 hours.
Happy birthday. Is that Nick Freeze?
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am. I'm so used to saying yes, sir.
Happy birthday, Nick Freeze, my G.
Shout out to all the Leos on my timeline.
Yeah, y'all niggas is a headache, but y'all be on y'all shit, though.
The kings and queens of the jungle is here, baby.
Indeed. And I want to give a shout out to the loyal listeners. Shout out to I don't know if this is someone new. Ashley Porsche.
Ashley Porsche. Hey, I never seen her here, but she's here.
Fupa grabs. Shout out to Ashley Porsche. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to my girl Marisha. I can't wait for her to tap in. Shout out to my guy JB, my nigga JB.
Block Love, Town Ave.
And we got some other people in here who are not in the message board, but what up to y'all other people in here who have joined us tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Leo's the greatest is next. Oh, yes, 64 is major.
Major.
We've been doing this shit for a long time, Ben.
Yeah. When you got something good, you got to keep it going.
We've been thugging it out.
Yeah, we holding on strong like a fool, but hey,
hold on strong, my nigga. Fuck around and drown out this wave.
So how's the week going?
I mean, my week was cool. You know, same shit, different day. You know, I'm just getting used to it. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm getting used to
dealing with this fucking heat is fucking nuts.
Yeah, trying to keep these edges together is a task of itself.
Is it tough in the summertime to keep the edges in control?
Oh, absolutely.
Man, the summertime is not for the edges. You got to be under AC. Got to be under the AC.
No,
all
really.
the women like to
Seriously.
keep that shit laid. Hey, do women still use Pro Style?
Hell no.
Hey, Pro Style's fucking up women edges for years in the 90s.
You know, there's so many edge controls on the market, but ladies, if y'all don't know about this one, I'm going to plug y'all in. There is one called She Is Bomb. And when I tell you that shit is bomb, like edges will be together for a day and a half. Easy.
Really?
And your edges will still be on your head.
Laid to the gods.
She is bomb.
She is bomb. That's a plug.
Thank me later.
That's a plug.
Thank me later. Ashley Porsche, yes, first time in the building. I want to show some support. Thank you for coming out, Ashley.
Greatly
please,
supported.
Please
Greatly,
continue.
Greatly.
How was your week, Ben?
It's funny because last week I was so wonderful. The past few weeks I was wonderful, but this week, you know, it's 50-50. You know, Shaitan is working hard to
Shaitan?
Yeah, Shaitan. Shaitan is the devil.
Oh, Satan?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you call him Shaitan?
Shaitan, yeah. Shaitan is
I'm glad you said that. I need to share this with my nigga Yash Gupta real quick because he been waiting for this issue all week. Shout out to my nigga Yash Gupta.
Yash Gupta.
And also,
Salute.
my nigga Zarad asked me to specifically let y'all ladies know that he is looking for a wife. He is on the market.
Hey, you gotta shoot the shot.
So,
All 2019.
ladies, if y'all want that real, authentic African Algerian D, I'll give y'all the plug to Zayad Zarad. But
there you go.
We'll get into that later. So you want to get straight into the shit? You want to get into this Friday fuckery? How are you feeling? What is your
Friday fucking fuckery?
Your spirit is telling you Friday fuckery?
Yeah, let's do it for the Fupas. Friday fuckery.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. In the spirit of the Fupa, for the Friday fuckery, let's start it with this one. So, Forever 21, they sell plus size clothing, which they have a nice little selection.
Yes. Wonderful.
And so, for whatever reason, I guess they thought that it would be a good idea to send Atkins diet bars with their plus size clothing shipments. First and foremost, my nigga, I order from Forever 21 on a regular basis, and I've never gotten a fucking diet bar. I feel deprived. Where's my shits?
So they owe you.
Right. I'm trying to get this shit all the way together, and I've never gotten a free diet bar. So I will be calling corporate.
Hello.
But honestly, I think that shit is like not cool. Like, who the fuck told you I wanted a fucking diet bar, my G?
Who's running the advertisement and the promo run for Atkins? Like who thought it was cool to be like, yo, let's motivate the BBWs, or not even just the plus sizes and throw the diet bar. What if they don't like that shit? They might not like Atkins.
That's like sending somebody to wear a size 0 a crack pipe. Like, you can't assume that just because someone wears a certain size that they have a certain lifestyle, or that they need a certain object or thing.
Yeah, that's...
So you assuming that the size corresponds to them needing a certain thing, or you trying... I don't know.
Nah, you send a motherfucker that's a size 0 a sandwich. So they can get up to that. They got to get up to that 8, that 14. They got a 0 ain't gonna cut it.
I mean, look, I'm not knocking the skinny chicks. I mean, I think that there is an appreciation,
a market for the
right. Really, all size matters, But at the end of the day, like, I don't think it's cool for them to try to target anyone.
That's basically fat shaming. That's fat shaming.
That's not cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gon'...
And besides that, nigga, if you're gonna send me like a diet bar or protein bar, nigga, send me like a Quest bar or some shit. Like, don't send me no Atkins bar, my nigga. Send me that good shit.
Niggas don't even do the Atkins diet no more.
No, it's keto only. Like, the fuck? Nobody's fucking with Atkins. Get with the times, Forever 21. The fuck is going on here?
Fucking Atkins.
So anyway, that happened.
And them motherfuckers probably old as fuck, because I know they've been sitting on the shelves like a motherfucker.
Yeah, they
probably got them mealworms crawling in them and shit.
Ooh, that's a whole nother story. But neither here nor there. I want to get my shit off real quick about this white lady. I know y'all want to talk about this Leela and Nicole shit, and we about to get into that, but I just want to get my shit off about this white lady real quick. So, because this is a discussion of itself. So, and I want to give people time to get up in here. So, this white lady. So, apparently there was some black women who were at a restaurant. I don't know if they were loud or if they were just, you know how us black women get sometimes. We drinking, we vibing, we chilling with our folks, and we just, merry. Our voices can get elevated when we're in a group. You know what I'm saying?
As it should when you're having a good time. Excitement.
And so this older white lady, for whatever reason, was not enthusiastic about the fact that these black women voices were raised. And she said something to them along the lines of, well, okay, I don't know what the exchange was before the recording started, but what I do know is that the two black women started recording her. And so they were like, oh, this is the woman who basically said that we were like too loud or whatever the case may be. And then she's like, yeah, and you guys are like some stupid niggers, you know? Mm-hmm. And so it also came out after the fact, her being on the news, and they asked her about it, like, you know, oh, like, do you realize that this was really offensive? And she's like, yeah, and that's why I said this shit.
Yeah, she doubled down, like, yeah, nigga, I said it, what?
Badge of honor, you know?
I mean, you know, I can't knock her for keeping it 100, but it's still foul. Like, that's how people get their ass whooped. You intentionally push they buttons.
Now, I want to get my shit off. I have a story / question topic around this. So me and Asia, y'all know Asia, were at Fridays recently. Fridays in Compton, right? And so we were there for happy hour, and there was like a group of, you know, us, you know, black girls. It wasn't my group. It was a group of other black women there. Maybe 6 of them. I mean, when I tell you they were so fucking loud, like literally you could see everybody at the bar like just looking like uncomfortable as fuck because the volume was so loud. It was like everybody didn't know what to do with themselves. Like, have you ever been around some people who are so loud that they making you anxious because you just like, fuck, dude, I can't even think straight. These motherfuckers are loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when it's like indoors in a relatively small space, because if you've been to Fridays, like it's not that big in the bar area. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, it's like a pretty confined space. So long story short, you know, you could already see that the staff were like kind of short staffed. The waiter was already jaded because the bellboy wasn't coming and cleaning the table or whatever. So long story short, you know, nobody ever said anything to them. They eventually kind of quieted down because, you know, as black girls, there's moments where the conversations get elevated and there's moments where it goes down. But my question is, like, whose responsibility is it to say something to them if it gets too loud? Like, do you feel that management should say something? Do you feel the waiter or waitress should say something? Or do you feel like, let's say like me as a patron of the place, like should I complain to like my waiter or waitress or the manager and then let them say something? Or should I go directly over there to them and be like, you know, hey, y'all a little loud?
I would think if there's nothing that's you know, no curse words or anything, you know, bad that's being said, I don't know if they can really be like, can you guys quiet it down? I mean, it's a restaurant, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I don't think unless it's some offensive stuff going on, they can't come over there and say, hey, can you guys quiet it down?
Are you serious?
There's no rule of how loud you can be in there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a place of public. Like when you in a restaurant, there's multiple conversations going on, so it's loud in there. Especially Fridays, you got music going, you got drink flowing.
The difference is that most people have tact to where they manage themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So I don't know that there's an official rule because technically there shouldn't be a need for one. You know what I mean? But there are some outliers who create a situation where it's like, okay, something has to be done. You know what I mean? Because it's like, obviously, we can't have the whole fucking restaurant here uncomfortable because of this one table full of people.
For instance, Fridays is a place where a bar and they play game. I mean, they show games on the TV, right? So if you have people coming there on game night or fight night and they all in there screaming to the top of their lungs when something good happened, nobody's going to come to them and say, hey, you guys are too loud. You feel what I'm saying? So
a sports bar, I feel, is a little different because I feel like you already go into it knowing at a sports bar that is going to be
that's what I'm saying.
Elevated. Like, I feel like a restaurant is a little bit different from a sports bar.
But Fridays is like a hybrid, right? It's like it's because it has a big ass bar and they got the TVs with the sports playing in there. So it's
okay,
like, so it's like a hybrid.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So they can't tell you like, hey, you guys be quiet because if the Angels, shout out to the Angels, hit a home run and everybody going crazy. And, oh yeah, oh my God, they not gonna be like, hey, everybody relax.
That's true. So, real quick, what up, LaRue? What up, Columbo? I see Columbo's in the building. So, basically, what we talking about is like when people get extremely loud at a table, like, is it up to the establishment to tell them, like, okay, calm it down, or is it appropriate for one of the patrons at the restaurant to approach them directly? And you brought up a very valid point, because I'm going to be honest with you, I hadn't thought of that. Like, even though technically Fridays is a place where people could go to watch sports and stuff like that, I didn't think of it that way, because clearly they were not there for that purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the noise that they were making was not associated with sports. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And so I felt like that made it a little different. And also it was like the loudness was like so loud. It was like, it was uncomfortably loud. But I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is that, like, I feel like the same way, like, how when Starbucks changed that policy with the whole, like, homeless policy or whatever. Yeah. When those black guys had that little situation, which by the way, I thought that was a horrible fucking PR move on Starbucks' part. But now you go to Starbucks and there's, like, a shitload of homeless people just chilling in Starbucks, right?
Right.
There's been times where I've gone in Starbucks and they in there, like, wilding. Now, it's one thing if they in there just chilling, doing their shit, drinking their water, whatever. But I've been in there and they've been in there like fucking
just losing,
going ballistic, right? And the staff have done absolutely nothing, and it makes the other people who are in there trying to buy coffee and shit uncomfortable.
Well, Columbo said you tell the management, and the management tell them if it's if it's bothering you. Like,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like he said, who am I to approach them? So,
I think that's the appropriate way to handle it.
Yeah, so like I would say, like, let's say you go to Ruth Chris or whatever, and Ruth Chris is a chill, laid back spot. So if you go in Ruth Chris, and you in there, depending on what side you're on, because they have sports in there at happy hour too. But if you go on the quiet side and you losing it in there, they can be like, hey, you guys are interrupting everybody intimate dinner. Can you quiet down a little bit? And you can't get mad at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's an actual sports bar, like let's say like Wingstop. Wingstop, you go in there, like, you know what I'm saying, even though it's not a restaurant, but it's like the games are playing. You know what I'm saying? But for Fridays, it's hard to cut it because it's a hybrid. It's like like BJ's.
The thing about it is that they probably would not have seemed so loud if everybody else was like more lit. Like everybody else was just chilling, but they was just exceptionally loud. So I don't know. I guess the only reason why I was bringing that up was just as an example of what was going on with that white lady, because even though I feel like it was absolutely inappropriate for her to call them some stupid niggers, like I could see how there may be times where you somewhere and it may be a little uncomfortable when people are fucking loud. Marisha said, it's sad when people don't know how to act. How can you enjoy yourself when people are being annoying? And then Columbo said, can't set rules for a place you don't own. So, I mean, basically we seeing two different perspectives right here in the same conversation. And that's true. I mean, I think that my whole thing, though, is like adults should be able to manage themselves. And unfortunately, they don't, And I feel like when people don't manage themselves, it sometimes takes people out of their character. You know what I mean? Because people get frustrated. Like, they get annoyed with the fact that motherfuckers is in here loud. They trying to have a good time, and they just fucking lose it. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting tired of shit. I'm going to say something to these bitches. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Wasn't cool for her to call them stupid niggers. So, again, I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just saying I could see how someone could get pissed and be like, you know what? Today is the day where I'm going to say something to these bitches.
But damn, but just
stupid niggers wasn't cool, though. Stupid niggers was not the thing to say.
That's what I'm saying. So she was willing to take an ass whooping that day. It must have been people
in
there.
She clearly was. She gave no fucks.
She ain't getting no fucks.
So I think now might be the time to go on and get into the shits. Fuck it. We got Marisha here. We got Columbo here. I want to just go on and get it straight into the topic right now. So obviously, unless you've been under a brick this week, you know, the controversial topic this week has been the whole the whole alleged affair between Antoine Fuqua and Nicole Murphy. And so just to give a little background, because there are some people who are under a rock and they don't know who that is. So Antoine Fuqua is a director of Training Day, which, Denzel on Training Day. Fucking snack.
Classic movie.
And Nicole Murphy is Eddie Murphy's. You putting your Eddie reference on for this topic?
Yeah, my shit's starting now.
Yeah, you see, I took my ponytail down for this topic. You know, we got to get it together for this topic. Okay. Okay. But anyway, so Nicole Murphy is Eddie Murphy's ex-wife / baby mom, whatever you want to call it. So basically, they've been longtime friends. Antoine Fuqua is married to Lela Rochon, which those that don't know, that was Robin. Her name was Robin, right? Robin on Waiting to Exhale.
She also was Sunshine on Harlem Nights.
She's just bad as fuck. I mean, I still think she's bomb. I mean, I know she's not where she was, but when I see her, I still see what she was. Like, I don't see what she looks like now. I still see what she was.
Yeah, and from a nigga point of view, she can still get ran.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if
I
I have a problem, but I guess I'm more so thinking like, and we'll get into that later, but I guess if I was her nigga, I would still be looking like, yeah, I remember what you were. You know what I mean? But neither here nor there. So, yeah, she was one of the baddest in the game. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah,
goals as fuck, you know.
Late 80s and early 90s, 90s. She was that.
Yes, like yes.
Yeah, she was.
Yes, like I remember, like as a kid, like you know, when you were like with your friends and you were like, okay, which one are you like in Destiny's Child, and you know everybody wants to be like, oh, I'm Kelly or Beyonce, and then when you're like, which one are you in Waiting to Exhale, like, oh, I'm Lela Rochon, like period.
Right.
You know, that's just what it was.
The one to go to.
So anyhow, this nigga apparently peeled the fuck out and took a whole ass vacation with Nicole Murphy.
Right.
And there's this whole debacle about the possibility that this affair happened because she let herself go. Because, you know, she has gained quite a bit of weight over the years.
Which women do when they have kids. It's normal.
Okay, and some have alleged that this weight gain can be attributed to her having lupus.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which is a
possibility.
An autoimmune disease that, you know, sometimes you have to take steroids and things like that in order to manage that. Mm-hmm. Another theory is that he has had, I think, at least 1 to 2 love children during the course of their relationship, and that, you know...
Stress.
Right. You know, just the trauma of having experienced those sort of things could be the cause of the weight gain.
I mean...
And so with that said, the whole debate here is, number one, whether or not a woman is expected to, quote unquote, keep herself together during a marriage. And number two, if it's okay for a husband to either cheat / leave his wife if she does let herself go. So I want to let you start it as you being a male.
Me personally, I think it's something deeper than just, you know, that. I'm pretty sure they marriage, for him to be out in public like that, they situation's been on the rocks for a while. You're not going to be that sloppy like that. But however, if he did leave her because of weight gain, that nigga's a grade A sucker. You know what I'm saying? So this is the woman that had your children. Everybody know women gain weight when they bearing kids, right? You know, and she had 2 of his.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into consideration, and also when you get with somebody, it shouldn't be solely on looks.
No, it shouldn't.
Because looks can fade. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I would, you know, I'll marry somebody is for they soul or who they are. them as a person, personality, everything goes. That shit never fades. You know, so I mean, the shit that had me that had me fucked up was a lot of dudes was like, shit, I would have left too. To me, Nicole Murphy is kind of she's strong in the face to me. Man, that's just me. You know, her body is nuts. You know what I'm saying? But she's kind of strong. I don't know if it's the eyes. It's something that she's real strong and she's strong in the face to me.
I think it's a combination of the eyes, the short hair, and you know, just that fucked up attitude that she got.
Oh, she got a fucked up attitude?
Yes.
Bitch, you got an attitude. How can you have an attitude? A nigga left you to fuck with a trainee.
Well, look, and look, that's a whole nother topic. But sometimes when women get left for things like that, it makes them jaded and they have no fucking remorse when it comes to doing some shit to the next bitch. But I want to get into some of these comments before I give my piece. And I just want y'all to know that the phone lines are open. If you don't see the number in the pin, it is 213-618-8961 straight. Marisha said, no, but damn, be respectful to other around. You can be. Oh, she's still talking about the other topic. I'm sorry. So she said that Leela's still gorgeous. Nisi, what up? She said, I really hate the way she's being treated on social media. I feel for Leela. Marisha said, these niggas be sad sometimes. Columbo said, if you married, weight gain isn't an excuse, but if he's had a pattern of infidelity, then she's got to take the L because she enabled him. And then Columbo said that Nicole has a masculine cheekbone, and Marisha said she's gorgeous too, but damn, the situation is just all that. So this is my thing when it comes to the situation. My response is like multifaceted. Like, this is my thing. Do I think that it's okay for women to completely let themselves go? No, I don't. Me being a plus size woman, I will be the first to say I don't think that's okay. Have I let myself go in a relationship before? Absolutely. I think that happens a lot. And I think sometimes as women, we don't even always see it when we start gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it comes on, you know, it may start slowly and then over time it's just like 20 pounds here, 20 pounds there. And before you know it, you done gain fucking 50 pounds. And then by the time you've been with this nigga for 10 years, you done gain 100 pounds. I mean, it may sound crazy, but sometimes you may not even realize that shit happened like that until you really like sit and look and you like, fuck, you see a picture of yourself and you look like, fuck, that's me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know because that happened to me. Like when I look at myself and how I looked before I got married and look at even like how I look like now, don't even look like the same person. And I think that sometimes as women, we lose ourselves in a relationship because you're putting so much into that relationship that you lose yourself in that relationship. Like, and I'm not making excuses for us because, you know, we should do better at putting ourselves first, women. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the one area where we fuck up. Like, we put so much into the fucking relationship that we lose ourselves. Because these niggas don't. You know what I mean? Like, these niggas will still be hitting the gym. These niggas will still be fucking, you know, doing whatever it is that they need to do to keep themselves active and happy or whatever the case may be. And we don't always do that. So I think that that's important that we still do that. You know what I mean? Am I fat shaming her? Absolutely not. Like, I understand how that happens. But I'm just saying that I think it's important that we recognize that that's a real thing, and we need to make an effort as much as possible to not get caught up in that shit. You know what I mean? So with that said, when that happens, I also think that it's a responsibility of a husband to sometimes bring it to our attention. Because I told you that a few weeks ago when I brought that up about Asia. Like, even with your friends, I want my friends to tell me if I start slipping. I don't want somebody who loves me to just watch me fucking decline. Like, anybody that's in my life, in any area of my life, if you see me start slipping, I think it's a part of your responsibility as somebody that loves me to tell me if I'm fucking up, period.
But what if the husband was fine with that? Because she been at size for a minute, so it's nothing new.
Well, that's the thing. If you're fine with it, then you can't later on say that you're stepping out because you let yourself go.
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna say that. I don't even think
this is what everyone else is saying.
I don't even think the reaction would be the same if it was somebody that was ugly. If it was somebody ugly, this reaction wouldn't even be like this.
So you're absolutely right, because we would just expect that, like when not to say it like that, but when someone who already don't, it's more dramatic when you were like that girl and then you decline than when you were just regular and you decline. You know what I'm saying? It's more drastic. But I guess what I'm saying though is that as a husband, it's okay to tell your woman like, babe, like, we need to hit a vegan challenge. Like, babe, like, let's go walk outside. Like, you don't always have to outright say like, babe, you getting fat, but you could find ways to let your woman know like, your health is important to me. I want to make it a priority to support you in getting your shit together. You know what I'm saying? But men don't always do that. So it's like, on one hand, you can't say like, we're letting ourselves go, but you're not invested in supporting the glow up. You know what I'm saying?
I think it would have to be a full fucking, like, you have to marry a health nut for a nigga to be, be like, oh, you gaining weight, I'm getting out of here. A lot of niggas is cool with the fupas. Let's be real.
But see, this is the thing though. I think for the amount of weight that she gained, I think that the average guy would still probably have some reaction. Not to say that it would be the level of what he did, but I think that it's not unreasonable for him to notice, basically, is what I'm saying. Because
I know, like I said, it's niggas out here that was still running on the strength of her being who she was in Harlem Nights.
Absolutely. And again, like, I think she's fucking gorgeous. I think she's beautiful. She probably has a dope ass personality. I don't know her personally, but I'm just saying. But I'm only just using this as an example for just in general. So when I'm talking about this, I'm not even talking about them specifically anymore. Now I'm just really just having a general conversation. Like, I guess what I'm saying is that I use myself as an example. Like, I know that there were times where my ex said like, oh, he might have made a comment here or there about, oh, like, we need to go do this or that, but never really initiated nothing with me. But then also was very happy to get these Sunday dinners and these full ass meals, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a double-edged sword. It causes confusion for us when we're trying to satisfy you as a wife, but then at the same time trying to focus on health. It's like it's kind of hard to do both at the same time. So just saying that to say, like, as women, we can't always focus on trying to be everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
You cannot be everything. Like, you just need to prioritize yourself, and by doing that, that should make your husband happy, because if you're happy, then he should be happy as well, right?
Facts.
And I think that that's where the breakdown is. And I think that, like, my homie Mark from No Rules said, like, oh, people just want a title so they could get comfortable, right? And I think that that's the whole comfortable thing. Like, sometimes people get comfortable because, it's like, oh, he's with me no matter what, so I don't have to try as much. That's the what do you call it? The stereotype of relationships, right? Okay. And that does happen.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta always be on your shit. You know what I'm saying? I want a nigga to always be on his shit. I don't want my nigga to get comfortable just because he feels like I'm gonna always be with him.
It depends on. I mean, well, when it comes to stuff like this, it's like when you get with a person and you dating them. If they wasn't a health nut while y'all was dating or you met him, why would he feel like you have to be a health nut now?
That's absolutely true. But in this case,
seriously, not another podcast. Who we got? Seriously, Not Another Podcast. Who do we got?
Yo, what's up? This is Columbo.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening, Columbo?
Oh, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, I just wanted to chime in real quick. You know, I feel like, honestly, and it's one of the main reasons why I'm not really with marriage. You know what I mean? Because I feel like people don't accept the gravity that comes with that. You know, when you take that vow, when you say, you know, till death do us part, ideally, nothing but death should separate a marriage if we're going by the vows. So to me, when you take those vows, you've had to have account for lack of a better term, for attrition. You know, meaning a person is going to degrade, they're going to age, they're going to gain weight, kids, life. You know, you're not always, men lose testosterone, women lose estrogen, the sex drive decreases. You don't have sex as much. So, you know, gaining weight, like, that's a lazy reason. You know, gaining weight is a lazy reason to meet somebody, and he shouldn't get a pass, and there's no excuse for it. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest with you, I feel like some marriages they should still go even past cheating. Like, that's what you've taken that vow for. Like, don't get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see why this shouldn't even be news. This shouldn't be a topic. He cheated. So they got to work that out. But for him to, like, even remotely even put that out as saying she let herself go, that's some bullshit. That's fuckboy shit. Well, I'm not taking it. We can't take it. Like, we have to put a higher standard on marriage, because you can just throw it away to stay in a relationship. Like, marriage has been lessened to nothing. If you can just cop out because she gained weight, that's bullshit.
I agree.
But I don't. He hasn't came out and said the reason for him, you know, stepping out and cheating was because of her letting herself go. That's what social media is blowing.
The masses are saying.
Yeah, you know, in this social media world right now, that's what's being said. And you know, we don't know if she cheated, if she stepped out. We don't know what happened. All we know is we seen this dude out there, and like I said, for him to be sloppy like that, because I don't know if you ever been in a relationship and you cheated before, but niggas be on their P's and Q's when they out here doing dirty.
Right, of course.
So for him to just be out there sloppy,
they were in Paris, so I think that he probably didn't expect that those pictures were going to come out. But again, I'm not making excuses for him at all. I think that was total scumbag shit, and I agree with Columbo completely. Like, when everything I just said before Columbo called, I'm not condoning cheating. I think that Columbo is absolutely right. If at any point you're no longer happy with your partner, just leave. I mean, let them know, and if they don't fix it, then you leave. Like, and it's true. There's going to be things that change over the course of a relationship, and that's to be expected. But, Columbo, and I would love for you to tell me your opinion on this, I do think that even though there are certain things that are expected to change, I do still think that we have a certain responsibility as being, you know, married to try our best to be our best selves. And this is not just about weight. I'm talking about even like with the men. Like, I've heard several women say things like, oh, he's not as enthusiastic to, you know, interact with the kids as I am, you know, things like that. And it's like, you know, you don't get to just get a pass just because y'all married. You know, I mean, there's certain things that you're expected to put effort into, because you just supposed to do that as your commitment to the relationship. You know what I mean?
I agree. And I think it's the ebbs and flows that comes within every relationship, whether it's marital or out of marriage. But, you know, marriage is so much more important because you've taken that vow. You've taken a till the death vow with a person. Like, people take that so lightly, like, oh, he cheated once and it's over, his divorce. Like, no, it don't work like that. You took a vow. What you think better or worse mean? What the fuck are you doing? You should have contested it when y'all was at the altar. But once you say I do, you say I'm going to love you despite your flaws, you know, with fuck ups and everything. Like, that's the part about marriage that makes it, you know, marriage, is that you're able to persevere through those parts. Everybody can fuck every day and have a good time going on a honeymoon.
I want to ask you, can I ask you?
Other stuff Yeah, huh?
I want to ask you a question though. As someone who has been married before, like, do you think that just because, and I heard you say, you know, you're supposed to accept the fuck ups and all this thing like that. Like, I've heard people tell me that before, like, you know, that this is what you signed up for when you got married. Like, you know, you accept the good and the bad. And I do think that when you're married, you also have a responsibility to put your best foot forward in all aspects. And I don't think that anybody should be expected to accept less than what they feel like they deserve just because they have a certain title. What are your thoughts on that?
I think to a degree, that's what you're agreeing to when you marry.
You're agreeing to accept less than what you.
To an extent, I'm saying to the point where a person is just they're a serial cheater, they're being abusive. You know, there's some fuck shit going on. Okay, then yeah. But as far as like, you know, you have to ask yourself before you get married. Like, if this person cheats on me, would I be willing to forgive them? Because I can't just walk out. Mm-hmm. If they gain weight, am I going to stay with them? When they get old, are they going to look like their mama? And their mama don't look good. You know what I mean? That's all the shit you have to, but people don't think about that. They're like, oh, we have love and the sex is good and oh, we click so good. Oh, our chemistry, he completes my sentences. And then 5 years later, I can't stand this nigga. He done cheated twice. You know what I mean? That's the part. That's where marriage comes in. All the other stuff was a relationship. That's where the marriage comes in. That's what the vows are for. That's why it's something I haven't been with nobody that I felt like I'm willing to lock it up and accept all of that. Because if I see something, if I see a red flag, I feel like I can't live with, there's no way I'm walking with it. No way.
No, Columbo, I mean, the shit that you're saying is like refreshing, actually. It's beautiful to hear a guy say that. I think that's dope. But just to like add to that, because I think that what's beautiful about what you're saying is that you really committed to the idea of what marriage is supposed to be. But what's dangerous about that, though, is that people who know that someone is fully committed regardless can sometimes take advantage of your level of commitment. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
And so I guess what I'm saying, like I said, me being someone who's been down this road, because I was that person, Columbo. I was the person who was like, I've made this vow, like, I'm going to give it my all no matter fucking what. Like, if I have to walk away from this shit, I want to be able to say that I did every fucking thing I could to make this shit work.
But let me tell you something.
And all I'm going to say about it is that there are some people who are not willing to do their part in a marriage. And I think that that's the part that's unfair. And in line with this topic, I think that the expectation is that everyone should be putting their best foot forward in a marriage, whether it be keeping yourself together or, you know, making sure that you are keeping your vows when it comes to fidelity or whatever the case may be, like parenting, all of that. Like, when you make a commitment to marriage, both people are expected to, you know, keep that commitment.
Keep it and address what you were saying earlier, like, you know what I'm saying? In sociology, they have this thing called principle of least interest. And basically what that is, in every relationship, somebody loves the other one more than the other one.
This is true.
What you were saying about, you know, people taking advantage of you being so faithful and believing in them, you roll that dice every time you lay down with somebody and put your feelings in them. It's just a matter of if you're going to put those walls up. I choose not to because I'm discerning. I'm older. I'm 44 years old. I don't got time to be bullshitting and playing games. So if I'm down with you, I'm just going to trust you. And if until you give me a reason to not trust you, then we go from there. But for the most part, you got to let go. You got to let go or it's going to be the bullshit game. Like, I'm too old for that. I done been through them chambers before. But I tell you what, though, I never been married because I hold that institution in the highest regard. And I don't just stumble into it because my dick got hard or she said she loved me, or she was finishing my sentence and we was looking at the stars under the ocean one night. Like, it takes a whole lot more than that. Like, and I feel like people just go into it. These are adults going into marriages with childlike sentiments, with a level of commitment and understanding that's based on like teenagers. Like, we adults. You know what I mean?
You no lies told. No lies told at all.
Facts.
So just before you go, just to bring it back to the topic, so just to counter this whole discussion, I posted something on my page earlier in the week where I had kind of countered this, and I said, so if a dude like pretty much loses his stamina and, you know, his D ain't hitting the same and he come quick, or, you know, he ain't, you know, got that bounce back like he used to, like, do that make it okay for, you know, us to, like, you know, question the relationship or whatever? And all the dudes responded with like, wow.
If that's why you married him, yeah, then you can leave. If that's the main reason you married him, because of sex, yeah, you can leave.
But see, I was just more so like shocked by how every dude's reaction was like, wow. And to me, that was more so shocking that was even the reaction. I didn't see the wows when this shit happened with them, but I see all these wows when I'm questioning a woman, you know, possibly wanting to entertain another nigga when her dude stamina ain't up to par. Why is it that, you know, when we have this same discussion around men not necessarily letting themselves go, that it comes off as such a shocker?
That's because guys are egotistical, greedy bastards. and because we're the most, out of all animals, the whales, the cockatoos, and the lions, we're the most insecure animal on the planet. And we mask it with masculinity and all the bullshit. Like, and that's you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm like snitching on the male gender, but that's the honest truth. You know what I mean? Think about this. The minute women thought beards were cute, what happened?
Wait, say that one more time. The men that what?
I said, the minute that women thought that beards were sexy, what happened?
Yeah, that's true. Niggas is beard gang all day long.
Oh my God, everybody got a beard now. Like, don't let a woman tell a guy something is cute. If I smear shit on my face and women told me I was fine, I'll be walking around with shit on my face all day, every day, at work, at the club, everything else. That's how insecure and fickle we are. Like, so all that to say, like, when you say shit like that, oh, the dick ain't good. Men they don't know how to handle that shit because everybody lives off of their libido and their sexual prowess. That's all we got is men.
But
you know what I mean?
So if would that be under the till death do us part? I mean, you have to accept that as well, right?
I think we all got to be mature. We all have to look. We're not going to always be able to get hard on command. We're not going to always be able to perform like we used to. That's something we have to accept and be fair about it with women. Like, they going to gain weight. They're not going to want to have sex as much. Life is, you know what I mean? The menstrual cycle, menopause. We're not going to even talk about menopause and the mood changes. We didn't even get into that. That's a whole nother topic. Don't get me on my shit tonight. I don't want to hold you up. I know y'all got a show. Don't get me on my shit tonight. I'll be here till 12 o'clock tonight.
Hey, Columbo, when you dropping your show?
Man, I you know what I mean? I'm trying to get all my resources and figure out a format, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I got topics, you know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Well, I appreciate your call as always, man.
Thank you for pulling up. I know you could have been at the GS, but you're here with us, and I appreciate that.
Hey, when we was talking, I was in the bathtub. I'm looking for something to wear right now.
I'm washing these balls so I can pull up at the GS. What do you mean?
Hey, plug y'all website, man, where they can get a bar in bars, man.
Oh man, you can get me at Columbo Black on Instagram, or the music. The whole catalog is on columboblack.bandcamp.com. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. All of it's free, you know. And
tell them you got that spoon game.
Well, man, I got that spoon game, food bar, stories, all that shit, man. Check it out.
That's funny. That's fun. All right, man. I appreciate your call, man. Always.
Thank you for pulling up on us, Columbo.
Oh, thanks for having me. My pleasure. God bless you.
All right, man. Be safe out there, man.
Thank you, brother.
Peace. Columbo's he's
solid dude.
Yeah, man. He's something else. Let's see what these.
That dude is solid. So Ashley said, making a commitment to always being your best version and supporting your partner in doing the same. Auntie said, if it's not a health issue, then do something about it. Niecy said, in sickness and health. She said women are constantly expected to be visually amazing and aesthetically pleasing instead of just themselves.
I don't know if that's true though. I think for sucker niggas, like I think a lot of dudes will stick with whatever, like to the end. I mean, you have to be a trash nigga to be like, oh, you gaining a little. I'm out of here.
I mean, can we be honest about the fact that skinny bitches get cheated on with big bitches all day, every day? I mean, I don't know why. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't have the words for it. I mean, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I think that we're putting so much attention on this situation that we're really minimizing how much niggas are cheating on bitches like Nicole Murphy, Beyonce, Halle Berry, and all of them with bitches like Lela Rochon and Jill Scott, me. You know what I'm saying? Like, please don't get that shit twisted, because Fupa lives do matter, my nigga.
Shout out to Mark and Will from the No Rules podcast.
What did them niggas do?
They say they feel good to turn down a bad bitch. So
that's just weird.
A lot of times they bad women get treated wrong as anybody else. Like,
but
it's
I don't
no
understand a guy who would get off on turning down. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic. I literally had a discussion with Mark about that, and I still don't get it. Like,
it's the same thing as you just said. Like, them cheating. If you cheating
but to get off on turning down a bad woman is still. I don't get it. That's something I don't understand.
A lot of bad bitches has dependent, because everybody bad bitch is different. Mm-hmm. But if it's a majority of times, a lot of bad bitches has badass fucking attitudes. They carry a lot of shit with them, and they feel like they higher than most. Mm-hmm. So when you turn their ass down, you snatch their ass back down to reality. It's like certain, who was that? I said, I forgot who it was. It's some chick I know, and I was talking to a mutual friend. I said, she feel like she's so high up on the totem pole. It's going to take a nigga that's about his shit and all that shit to snatch her, to gun her shit down and bring her back down to reality.
I get it, but I guess my thing is like this is my thing. I don't get enjoyment from turning anyone down. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even something I think about. I do understand the whole thought process there, but it's not something that I'm consciously thinking about, like, oh, I'm getting a sense of enjoyment from turning down dudes that think they're the shit. Like, trust me, if I told you how many niggas that's in my DM who probably are fucking health nuts, and these niggas is probably out here with bitches who's fucking personal trainers and shit like that, nigga. But I'm not sitting here getting a kick out of turning niggas down like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay.
But ass is ass to niggas. It don't matter. Like, no matter what you are, like, a new piece of ass is a new piece of ass.
That's not the point. The point is that you're saying, like, niggas get a kick out of turning down bad bitches. For some bitches, dick is dick. It doesn't matter with that as well. It's like, it's not like you're special, my nigga. Like, you're just a nigga that I'm just entertaining because I'm bored. You know what I'm saying? Like, so niggas thinking that they're turning down a bad bitch, but really you might just be passing the time right now. So my point is just to say, like, you know, why are you even putting the thought into, oh, I'm turning down a bad bitch? Like, I don't think about, oh, I'm turning down this nigga. Like, I just don't respond, and then I don't think about it.
It's just like, it's women out here who
I don't make statements about who I'm turning down. You know what I mean?
You could turn down. It's like women who would turn down a nigga that work at I don't know, at fucking Jack in the Box. Like,
it's one thing to do it. It's another thing to make an actual statement. Like, oh,
there's nothing wrong making a statement.
I get off on turning down niggas that work at Jack in the Box. Like, I would think she was a scumbag if she was to, like, make a statement about that. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Hell yeah.
You'll date a nigga that work at Jack in the Box.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But if a nigga worked at Jack in the Box and he's trying to talk to you, you will turn him down.
What I'm saying is that for you to go publicly and make a statement like, oh, nothing feels better than to turn down niggas that work at Jack in the Box is totally different from a woman who just behind closed doors chooses not to deal with a nigga that works at Jack in the Box. Totally different situation.
Yeah, if you're doing that, well, that's
that's different. What I'm referring to is someone who would go publicly and say like, "Oh, nothing feels better than to turn down a bad bitch." It's like, why do you even need to say that? You know what I mean? Like, what are you trying to accomplish by saying this?
It could be a stroke of ego.
Does this make you feel better?
It could be a stroke of ego, just like niggas would be like shit.
And that's what it comes down to. If a nigga
know he can smash,
for you.
If a nigga know he can smash a chick without even trying, it's like, oh, I can smash her. It's nothing. Like,
but that's my point. It's like it's no merit to it. It's just like it. That's basically what I'm saying is that. What's the purpose? What's the purpose of making a statement like that?
Shit. That, like I said, like that's all I said. Like imagine somebody with a bad attitude. Let's say like I don't know who got a stuck up ass attitude out here. Whoever is known for having a fucked up attitude, and they had a chance to talk to this person, or this person was trying to talk to him, and like, you got a fucked up attitude. I ain't fucking with you. Get up out of here.
Niecy said, that's some self-serving, egotistical shit. You don't turn down a bad bitch and brag about it. Oh, I could have smashed. You sound lame. If you turned it down, then go about your day. That's clout chasing. Women do it too, though, with the screenshots of the DMs. I mean...
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But
yeah, it's we are in the times of clout chasing.
I feel like even with that, like if I was to take a screenshot of a DM and post it like publicly on my page, yeah, that's scumbag shit. Now,
even if you sent it to somebody, it's scumbag shit. Like,
technically, yeah, it is. But I still feel like it's different. Like if it's like, oh, me and my homegirl, and I'm like, oh, look what this nigga said. I feel like it's different from like if you like, because a nigga literally made a post like on their page, like nothing feels better than turning down a bad bitch on their actual page. Yeah, versus like you just telling your homeboy like, oh, my nigga, like it feel good to turn down bad bitches. Like that to me is just different.
We talked about pages and everything. Like a page is who they are. Like it is
exactly.
Who they is. Like,
so you're making a statement that that's the type of nigga you are. That you get off on turning down bitches, bad
bitches.
Yeah. So
if that's what it is, like maybe a nigga don't like super bad bitches, or maybe he just wants somebody regular. You know, that's his choice. That's like if a woman want a nigga that's 6'7", dark skin, whatever the case, that's their choice of who they want. If he's going to turn down, it's women that turn down niggas for their height.
I'm one of them.
You know what I'm saying? So you can do what you want to do. But I
also don't necessarily like go and be like nothing feels better than turning down niggas that's less than 6 feet. Like I would never go. I would never go say some shit like that.
But you have said like, if a nigga ain't this height or whatever the case, like I don't want him. That's the same thing.
No, it's not. To me, it's not the same to say like, oh, nothing feels greater than to turn down a nigga that's less than 6 feet versus me saying I prefer niggas who are tall.
No,
I prefer a nigga that's over 6 feet. I mean, what's wrong with me preferring?
It's a preference. Like, ain't nothing better.
It's a totally different delivery, though. And if you don't see that, then I don't know.
Hey, to each his own.
Exactly.
To each his own. If a nigga want to turn down a bad bitch, or a nigga want to turn down a trash broad, or a female want to turn down I don't know what they call niggas, the opposite of a bad bitch. You know, the equal for bad bitches for men. But whatever the case. I don't think women don't do that though. I don't think women do that.
Do what?
They won't. I don't think they'll turn down a dude that's just like way up here.
I mean, trust me, I've definitely turned dudes down, but I don't go making public statements about it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not something that gets advertised. I think most women just move in silence. Most real women, let's put it that way. There's definitely some immature ass women who go and fucking post everything they do on social media. We're not referring to those right now, but there are some grown ass women who move in silence. And, you know, half the time, even if I'm not interested in the guy, I'm not necessarily going and, you know, posting about it or, you know, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with posting. I mean,
I don't know.
You know, anybody can. You can post on your page. You know, you can post what you want. I mean, I don't think it's
no.
nothing.
People can definitely do what they want, but people also have to understand that by doing that, other people are entitled to make assumptions and assertions about them based on the shit they post,
and that's fine.
Just like what you said,
you judge a person.
Absolutely entitled to assume that a woman is ratchet if she posts twerk videos.
Nothing but twerk videos.
Whether or not that's true is totally, that's just, it is what it is. But one cannot be mad at you for coming to the conclusion that you come to based on your observation of what they're posting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nigga just be like, shit, why you feel? Hey, that's just how I feel. It's nothing. I don't think they have to take a deep dive. That nigga Anthony said, oh, my bad. Dolly said, I'm turning down all women. # black men don't cheat.
What up, my nigga Dolly?
All right, so that concludes our first half. We got a song for y'all tonight by YNB Corday featuring Anderson .Paak. Song called Rich Nigga Problems. I don't know if you guys heard it, but his album dropped today, which is fire. Got a nice little vibe to it. So yeah. YBN Corday and Anderson .Paak.
Y'all niggas gon' be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gon' be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas down the bus at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me. Ooh, not one of y'all niggas gon' be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gon' be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas at the bus at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me.
Okay, put your fucking hands up. This the fucking anthem. Smiling cause I'm young, rich, black, and I'm handsome. Not to mention wealthy. Ass on a healthy. Young millionaire. What the fuck can you tell me? Smell me? Nigga, that's Chanel cologne. I'm in Europe with the tourists with no cellular phone.
Like, ooh, sound like rich nigga problems. I hit a bad bitch with a fist full of condoms. And the randomness of risky menages. Like, get the head right, she can get what she want. If it spits, then flaunt it. My drip like a faucet. She told me she was pregnant. I ain't even take the motherfucking dick out my pocket yet.
The opposite. She want me to fly her, so I cop the jet. Must be thinking I'm a one-way ticket on a runway. Dripping in my feng shui, sipping on a Sunday.
One of y'all niggas gon' be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gon' be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas down the bus at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me. Ooh, not one of y'all niggas gon' be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gon' be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas at the bus at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me.
I bought a Montclair coat for the times where it broke.
I'ma wear it in the summer on LeBron James boat.
Front row?
Duh, bro.
We don't sit on nosebleeds.
Ain't your pockets obese?
They won't fit in those seats.
Ain't we like a cold team?
Nigga Shaq and Kobe.
Like back in 03.
I was only like 6.
I was like 16.
But I can give her 16.
I can make a bitch scream.
That's a bit extreme.
I got a thick ball, bitch. I call her Miss Clean. My drip frosty like Halls and Listerine. And we all stars. You hardly 6 strings.
Yeah, I had to ball hard to harvest these dreams.
Swear to God, me too.
No Harvey Weinstein. The coupe was lime green. My wrist was blinding.
We party in South Beach, Ferraris and blue cheese.
Fuck does that even mean?
Nigga, just let the hook sing. One of y'all niggas gon' be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gon' be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas down the bus at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me. Ooh, not one of y'all niggas gon' be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gon' be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas at the bus at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah. That was YBN Corday featuring Anderson .Paak, produced by J. Cole. Rich Nigga Problems. Fire. Let's see. Niecy said this is a bop. Yes, Niecy, that shit is fire. That shit is dope as fuck. Yeah, man. So I guess
so second half.
Second half, it's time to jump right into it. Excuse me.
So second half. So kind of in line with the whole topic we were discussing in the first half about the whole situation, I want to delve into a different component of that topic. So Lisa Ray had comments about the whole situation as far as Nicole Murphy dealing with married men, and particularly Nicole Murphy had a history of dealing with her husband when she was married to that prime minister of the
Turks and Caicos?
Yeah, Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
And so, long story short, Lisa Ray made some comments on the whole idea of side chicks, and she said that a mistress should remain a mystery. And she was speaking on her situation and saying like they had an image to uphold with them being like to the level that they were. And she felt like, he didn't understand the seriousness of how important that was. And basically he, jeopardized that by interacting with her as well as other women, Roxy and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. So saying all that to say, do you feel that that side chicks should understand their position as far as like you're supposed to remain a mystery?
If it's brought up in the beginning and not just sprung up on you, yes. If you know that this dude has a whole wife or a whole girlfriend and at home and you know the situation, you gotta like The Rock says, you gotta know your role.
Well, I guess that's a whole nother topic in and of itself. Like, why are women voluntarily fucking with? Because
they not the ones being cheated on.
Wow.
I brought it. I know somebody that was in that situation. Like, they messed with a dude that had a girlfriend, and I had a conversation with her, and she like, shit, I'm not tripping. I know what's going on. I'm not the one being cheated on. That's between him and her.
Yeah.
Like she was getting the same treatment as the girlfriend was. Dates, gifts, everything. And was just like, shit, hey, I'm getting everything without the whole thing. And she was a loyal side chick. Like, she wasn't messing with nobody else. Like, it is what it is. If you know your position and it's brought to you up front, you can't do nothing about it until you ready to leave and go do something else with somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I don't know. I feel a couple of different ways about that. I do understand what you're saying. I mean, my immature self has been in that situation before. Mm-hmm. But the person I am now I wouldn't engage in that type of situation. Because, I know what it feels like to be married and to, not want people to disrespect, your situation, and I think that it's important that, that people respect the whole situation.
But shit, it's fucking 2019. I mean, people ain't even respecting
their own marriages
and relationships. I mean, so it's just all fucked.
So then why do people even get married anymore?
They rolling the dice. They hope they found that one.
I don't even see the point in people getting married anymore if that's the case.
Hey, we roll and hope we got that special one. And, a lot of times, as they say, it's just your turn.
But there's some things that you just probably shouldn't gamble with. You know what I mean? Like
your happiness, your life.
Well, I think something like, that's pretty major.
Yeah, I mean, but if you meet somebody and everything is working, nobody gets into a marriage or get engaged to be like, one day this shit is gonna be over. They feel like this is it. And
you're absolutely right.
In today's time, people are jumping ship. The divorce rate is up. The cheating rate is up. I mean, no, I can't say that. But yeah.
So first and foremost, Danielle Riley is in the building. I'm not sure who that is, but what's happening, Danielle Riley?
What up with you?
What up, my nigga White Mike? He said we still doing side chicks in 2019.
Not married men. You married. You can't have a side chick.
Yes. White Puerto Rican men don't cheat. White Mike, yeah, they still doing side chicks in 2019. And Ashley said yes, but women or men being okay to be a side piece is crazy. You know what? This is the part that may be the unpopular thing to say, but it's the reality, Ashley. There's some perks to being a side piece.
I just said it.
I mean, there are, Ashley, like, you know, being a side piece, you don't have to deal with the shit that the wife has to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to deal with this nigga's kids. You ain't got to deal with this nigga's family. You ain't got to deal with none of that shit. You get to get the good deed and possibly some holidays here and there. And then, you know, maybe some gifts or whatever the case may be, and send that nigga on his way.
No holidays. You get the day before.
Oh, side pieces get holidays.
No, they get the day before and the day after. No, I'm telling
you, they do.
Nah, them ain't no real side. Them two girlfriends. You got two girlfriends if you getting them the holidays.
Oh, okay.
Side pieces get the day before the holiday or the day after.
Oh, okay.
And that's just how it go.
Well, anyway, so yeah, there are some perks, and I can see how it may be enticing for someone who, you know, just don't give a fuck. But at the same time, I guess at some point we gotta kind of, you know, we gotta do better. Goddamn it, you know. I know I've been guilty. I ain't gonna act like I haven't been. I've definitely fucked some people's husbands and niggas. I flirted with bitches, husbands, and niggas, and I apologize publicly for doing it. You know? I will not knowingly do it again, you know? And yeah, I mean, eventually, if I ever get into a relationship or marriage, I would hope that somebody would respect my shit enough to not fuck with my nigga, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, probably will. And it's going to be on that nigga to shut that shit down. I don't expect her to fucking be the one to shut the shit down. I expect him to be the one to shut the shit down.
It's just like, damn, like you in today's time, like I think that to get cheated on rate is higher than 50% these days. And that's whether
Thank you, Ashley.
That's whether it's a husband or boyfriend. Like the cheating on or a girlfriend, whatever the case, like the cheating rate is going up. Cheating rate and the divorce rate is going up.
But you know why the cheating rate is going up? Because motherfuckers' worth rate has gone down. And I commend Ashley for making the comment she just made about her worth. She says she's super straight because she knows her worth and her value. And I think that's the major key. Like, because a person who knows they worth is not even going to participate in that shit with somebody else. And I can honestly say at the time when I wasn't where I was now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was so immature, I wasn't even thinking that it was even a reflection on my worth. Like, I was just thinking like, oh, like this nigga situation, this ain't got shit to do with me. Like, you know, but at the same time, like, if you know your worth, you're going to require that a nigga just be single in order to fuck with you, period. Like, oh, I'm not even going to fuck with a nigga this. Like, I'm at a point now, I just had this conversation with somebody recently. I'm at a point now where I won't even fuck with a nigga who don't take care of his kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know, niggas make them excuses, too. Like, oh, I don't see my kid because she keeps my kid away from me. Like, there's
what did you do? What steps did you take?
There's no excuses, my nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck what the excuse is. I don't give a fuck if your kid is in Africa, my nigga. Like,
you better
figure it out.
You better hop on.
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like, the woman I am now, I just can't fuck with a nigga who don't have a relationship with his kid.
So in today,
what up, Nikki F. Wet?
In today's time, people that's still side pieces or side niggas, or even if they just cheating in today's time, do you feel they not as mature? They haven't matured yet. Like, they still.
I don't know if I would say that. I just think there's some people who, I'm going to be honest. I think that sometimes people, and when I say people, I mean, like, let's say the male or the woman who are trying to get into the situation, the person who knows they're in a relationship, some people are so eager to get some new shit, that they portray themselves to be single and they lure people in and they know the right shit to say and they know how to do it. And then they get that person so wrapped up that once that person is already, you know, caught up in the okie doke, that it's hard for them to let go. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had that happen before too, where I've had somebody like, you know, where I found out after we done already been together for like 3-4 months, found out that he was married, and then he done hit me with the, oh, but we not together and we separated and all that shit. And mind you, this nigga took me to his mom's house and all kind of shit. So, you know, shit like that'll really make you feel like it's solid because this nigga done took you around his mom and y'all done went on vacation together and all kind of shit.
Were they still together? They end up still being together?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I honestly don't have a clue because these moms be in cahoots with the shit too sometimes. The moms be like not liking the wife, so they'll go with the program too just to fucking get, you know, because they don't like this bitch. You know what I mean? So you can't even always believe that niggas is single just because you done been in the nigga's mom's house. I done been in
that's nuts.
2 niggas' mom's houses that was married.
That's nuts.
That I found out after the fact was married. So that's what I'm saying. You cannot always believe that just because you sitting up in a nigga mom house with his sister or whoever the fuck, cousins and all that shit, that these niggas is not married, because the family will go with the whole ass okie doke because they don't like this bitch. That's what I'm saying. Like, but do you see how, as a woman though, that will make you feel special?
Yeah,
you feeling like, I'm with the family. Like, we done went on a vacation together, and not like me taking this nigga on a vacation. Like, he didn't just pick me up and like pack a bag. We going to Palm Springs and like we out of here.
But see,
shit like that make you feel like you this nigga's woman. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough though, because
and then you find out this nigga is married. Like, how do you just cut it off immediately?
But if he's separated, it's cool though.
But that's the thing. Like, this is what he told me, and then come to find out, they wasn't really separated.
Okay, well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it comes back that he's still with this person, not separated, that's nuts.
Well, I eventually broke it off, but my point is that it's a process even getting to that point, because it's like you're so invested now. Like, you've invested yourself emotionally in this situation. You know what I'm saying? So my point is that I can see how, you know, as women, we get pulled into these situations because niggas will, and women,
I'm gonna say both,
niggas and women will portray themselves to be something that they not, to lure you into the situation. And then once they got you in the situation, then you got to make a decision. And there's some women who, because now they stuck, will be like, well, shit, I don't know this bitch. You know, I ain't got no commitment to this bitch. And they'll just roll with it. Or there's some women who know they worth and then be like, you know what? This shit was great, but I can't fuck with it because I deserve to be with a nigga who belongs to me and not share a nigga.
Right.
And you know my philosophy on sharing niggas. So.
Man, that shit is deep.
But it's a reality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's more common than I think people realize.
But moms, though, like, you got to have a hood-ass mom. Like, if you had a real mom.
Not really. She was not a hood mom at all. And she loved me, too. She loved me.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing. I think the difference is that he had a hood-ass wife. And that's why his mom fucked with me, because I was not like that. So his mom saw that I was different, and she just wanted that for her son. Yeah. So she was like, fuck this wife.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to secure this bag over here because, this is not the move for my son. Moms will make selfish moves on behalf of their sons. Don't get that shit twisted.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they will.
Okay, with me and my moms, like, it was okay, let's see. Like, when, I don't know how my moms found out that I was, what's the correct word? Well, my uncle told me, he said, I heard you was double dipping, meaning I was messing with one person and somebody else at the same time. My moms was like, yo, like, she came to me like, nigga, like, you wilding right now. Like, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So I would think if a mother really cared for a person, they would check the son, like, yo, why you with this girl and you got a whole wife at home?
They should.
You know what I'm saying? So that's nuts. That's super nuts. Unless you just come from like a dysfunctional type family, like I don't see what.
But that's the thing. Maybe that nigga's wife is the dysfunctional family, and maybe his mom fuck with her son so heavy that she willing to do whatever it takes.
That shit crazy.
To break up that marriage. Like when I tell you, like I found out that he was married from his mom. She accidentally spilled the beans on him. Oh, and when she told me,
Mom.
When she told me, she begged me not to tell this nigga that she told me.
Like you're gonna hold that in.
I tried, but I couldn't. Like I couldn't act like I didn't know that he was married. Matter of fact, no, let me rewind. I didn't find out that he was married from his mom. I found that out from his Facebook page. You want to know what I found out from his mom? I found out that his wife was pregnant from his mom. That's what I fucking found out from his mom. And that was just a deal breaker for me. Because it was one thing when I found out that he was married, but it was a whole nother thing when I found out that she was pregnant. I could not deal with that. It was too much for me.
Wow.
And that was the nigga that gave me hair for 4 hours. It was way too much for me. That shit crushed me. I couldn't.
And that's what I'm saying. Look, this nigga,
that shit shut me all
this
the way
nigga got
down.
a whole wife
That
at
shit
home,
broke
and he
me
out
down.
here giving FaceTime to somebody else. Could you imagine how she felt? Like, nigga.
Imagine how I felt, nigga.
But I'm saying, like, you got a whole wife at home. You out here
Imagine how I felt thinking this was my nigga. And to find out that this nigga was fucking married. Like, me and this nigga was doing relationship shit.
That's what I'm saying.
This was not like just like a fuck buddy. This was my nigga. Like,
that's what I say. It's a difference.
That was my nigga.
It's a difference between having a side chick and a second girlfriend. If you doing everything,
I don't know how the fuck he pulled that shit off. He was buying Nia gifts and all kind of shit. He was solid.
That shit is
He
possible.
was solid as fuck. Like he would come from work and bring shit for Nia. Like that dude was solid. Like I salute him for the way he went about his shit, but it was scumbag
it's tough.
to the core.
It's scumbag, but it's you gotta.
He was the best scumbag one could be, because some niggas don't even put in that amount of effort in being a scumbag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm only talking from experience. Like,
this shit is wild.
I was a scumbag once upon a time.
Yeah,
my 20s was nuts. Shit, it's when if you had look. That's why at a certain time you got to be like, I'm done, because it costs a lot. That's 2 birthdays. You gotta do. That's why I said when it comes to holidays, it's like, look, you either gonna have
and
to.
And they had a lot of kids too.
You're gonna have to rotate these holidays. Like, okay, I'm gonna go spend Thanksgiving with this one. Then the Christmas, I'm gonna hang with this one. 4th of July, I'm gonna hang with this one. What I don't know what other. Labor Day, I'm gonna hang with the other one. Like, you have to rotate holidays when you dealing with 2 girlfriends. Now, if you got a side chick, you don't have to deal with that. The side chick know what's up. The side chick, you be there. You bring her a plate from after the day on July 5th.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like the other person that I told you about that brought me around his mom. Yeah. 2 years in a row, Christmas Eve, he was at my house.
But see, that's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve is a fucking holiday.
No, Christmas is a holiday.
Not to me. In my family, Christmas Eve is Christmas. Like, Christmas is not even important like that. Christmas Eve is Christmas in my family.
Now, what made Christmas Eve so special?
Because that's when, like, all the functioning is happening. Like, Christmas Day is basically the kids opening their gifts and then everybody just lounging at the house.
That's when all the food is cracking and shit, right?
Christmas Eve is when you having, like, the holiday party or everybody coming over to the house type shit.
But all the food and shit ain't till the actual day.
Well, maybe everybody's family is different.
Okay.
But I just know 2 years in a row, the very first year I met him, I thought he was going to pull up and get some gumbo like I was going to bring it outside. This nigga came in the house and was sitting down and functioning with the family.
Yo, I just told you the day before and the day after.
To me, Christmas Eve is Christmas, though.
That's probably
Christmas
to you.
Eve
but
is Christmas
to the average person, Christmas is Christmas.
Well, maybe.
That's what
I don't
say.
know. Christmas Eve is Christmas to me. Like, I don't give a fuck about being with a nigga on Christmas Day. Christmas Eve is Christmas.
But I'm telling you, when it comes to a side piece, whether it's a female or a male,
maybe.
The day
but what I do know is that if you my nigga, you
holiday.
better not be going on Christmas Eve. That's what I do know. You better not. Shit. You better not be going on either. Really.
I'm about to say that's game. If niggas listening, that's game.
Christmas Eve is fucking Christmas. Like, nigga, if we're in a relationship, we need to be together Christmas Eve and wake up together on Christmas Day.
Yeah, if you're in a relationship, yes.
So, nigga, you can't be going all night Christmas Eve.
But if you're a side chick, you can duck. You can go out on Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas. You be with the family on the 25th, and then on the 26th, you might. Everybody knows
unacceptable to be going on Christmas Eve. That's all I'm saying. He was going on Christmas Eve,
and that's perfectly fine. To you, that's a holiday. Maybe that's why he came. To you, it's a holiday that worked out for him. He can go be with his family on the 25th. And easy situation.
Maybe so.
That I'm telling you.
Hey, you may be right, but all I know is any nigga of mine needs to be there Christmas Eve and Christmas.
Now, why Christmas if it don't matter?
I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying that Christmas Eve is the primary part of the celebration as far as where my family goes. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same day as like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Like, New Year's Eve is like technically the real celebration. New Year's Day is the actual holiday, but the primary celebration is occurring on New Year's Eve leading up to New Year's Day. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how it is in my family.
The gumbo
anyway.
Get cooked on New Year's. Like all the drinking and shit happened on New Year's Eve.
I mean, Nikki said that's like celebrating Valentine's on the 13th. To me, that's a little different because I feel like Christmas Eve is like you're staying up the night before waiting for Christmas.
The 13th and the 15th is side chicks holiday.
I agree about Valentine's though.
It worked
but
with all
personally,
days.
I'm not a Valentine's person, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, now I do have a question while we're on this subject. What advice would you give a person that's fallen in love with you?
Don't.
Wow.
Don't.
Why?
Well, me personally, I mean, I don't think I'm a good. I don't think I'll be a good boyfriend. I'm a good person. Like I think with because of my memory and shit. And that's only because of my memory shit. Like I'll probably forget to call and check up on somebody or something, like just in that sense. I think I'll be great. I'll be a great boyfriend, but don't because it's.
Wait, you going back and
exactly.
forth.
Now you see, that's why I say don't. That's why I say don't.
You're not a good boyfriend. Then you say you'd be a great boyfriend.
I would.
Which one is it?
This is the shit you got to deal with. Understand?
No, but we need to clarify because now
when you deal with me, you got to be a crazy motherfucker to deal with me.
But can you clarify? Because I'm confused.
Because
are you saying you're not a good boyfriend, or you are?
The person that I am on this show or everywhere else is different from the person I am in a relationship.
Of course, I'm not the same person in a relationship as I am on this show.
Shit ain't all peaches and cream in a relationship. Like,
of course,
it's protocol in a relationship. Certain shit ain't gonna go through. So it's like I would take it to the level of craziness when they go there. If you ask allegedly. Now if you ask any of my probably not somebody from back in the day, because back then I was different.
They're still living.
Before
allegedly.
Before I like if you my early 20s, my late teens, early 20s, I was a different person than I was when I got in my 20s.
I'm gonna take a shot to Ben being the man that he is now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm so proud of you, Ben. I am. I'm proud of you.
Come on now. I'm proud of
Where's your cup?
I'm proud of myself. My shit gone.
Nigga, you're not gonna take a shot with me?
I'll take a shot for being a better person today.
This is a shot for you.
You're being so negative, LOL. She said you don't want me.
I need you to pass me your cup. I mean, you always making it about me. We don't give enough credit to this nigga Ben. I don't think people realize how much shit this nigga Ben does and deals with behind the scene, having to deal with all these fucking personalities and all this shit that happens behind the scenes.
It comes with the territory.
Shout out to my nigga Ben right now.
Shout out to that nigga, that wonderful ass nigga.
Okay, simmer down.
You
though.
motherfucker, you.
But I'm still at a loss about this whole relationship situation.
Yeah, I mean, look, in
I don't get it.
It depends.
Why would you?
It depends on. It depends on where.
Let me stop you for a second. I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but
yeah,
we've been rocking. What? It's 64 episodes. I've been here.
Yeah.
What? Let's say since 8. I hear you all the time talk about, you know, how the good guy gets overlooked and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I do put you in that category. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
it's a facade. It's my PR move. Don't trust me.
I believe you, low key.
Don't. This is. I got a lot of morals, but like, as you say, I'm a weird dude. Like it's weird. It's layers.
Wow, you admitted it.
I've been said I was a weird dude because I don't do.
Why
everything.
do I get so much slack for calling y'all weirdos though?
Because it's what you call niggas weirdos for. It's what I don't give you slack. I call myself a weirdo because I don't do what everybody else do.
Okay.
You call somebody a weirdo because they don't do what the norm is.
No, that's not why I be calling y'all weirdos.
Yes, it is.
No, I be calling y'all niggas weirdos because of the way y'all approach situations when it comes to women.
I never approached I don't have to approach a situation with a woman. You never seen that, so how can you?
But we talk about it all the time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I know your thought process when it comes to women. So it doesn't have to be you approaching it in my face, but we talk about it almost every fucking week.
For real.
And I know your philosophy when it comes to, you know, the dynamics between men and women. And I know that sometimes you know, even though I know that your intent is not to be like this, your standards are a lot higher for women. And I think it's a good thing in a way because it shows that subconsciously you have a higher level of respect for women. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes it's like you're being harder on us. And I think part of it is because...
Not really. A lot. I mean... Wait, hold on. My nigga Columbo Black said, weirdo is the new cool. Embrace your weird. I embrace it, my G. I embrace it, nigga. I'm a retro gamer.
I don't know if I would say weirdo is the new cool, but...
Slash podcaster.
I don't know.
Ashley said, yes, man. Yeah, you better believe it. Oh, Nikki being
I
wet.
like Ashley. I don't even know who she is, but I like her.
I used to go to school with Ashley in Palmdale. Shout out to Ashley for tuning in.
Yes, indeed.
Damn. Last time I seen Ashley, we was in the 9th grade, so we was like 14. So that's a long time.
No, but the thing is though, so back to the original question though. So, because we got sidetracked, for you to say that you would tell someone don't, and the conversations we've had about you saying like how women will bypass the good guy because of us going for the fuckboy and things like that.
Yes,
and
a lot of times.
And then you knowing the type of man that you are deep down, and for you to tell me, her,
don't.
To overlook you is crazy to me.
Well, I'm talking about right now because I'm okay right now. But if you're talking about in general...
Well, let's say in general, because I don't know if you're saying that because you're in a situation, but let's just say in general. In general,
okay. If the person that I put out there, if you fall in love with that person, then I mean, shit, I can't fault you. I'll fall in love with myself too.
Okay, you go from one extreme to another.
Now you see how dealing with
fucking Leo.
Now you see how dealing with a real Leo is. It's unbalanced.
I can't fucking stand y'all, but I love y'all at the same time.
But it's still king shit.
I have like a strange attraction to Leos. It's crazy.
I understand why.
My grandpa was a Leo.
Yes.
My ex-husband was a Leo.
Yes.
You're a fucking Leo.
A fucking Leo. I got a fucking Leo.
You guys all get on my fucking nerves.
But you can't live without
I respect all of y'all tremendously. Seriously. Like, you know, even my ex, we not together, but...
All right, Alexis, relax.
It's a lot of things that I've learned from that relationship, and I don't have no ill feelings towards a nigga, even after all the fucked up shit that has happened in that relationship, because... That's how it is. My best friend. You know what I'm saying?
That's the Leo effect that Leos have on women.
I don't know about that, but
yeah, it's most definitely true. Because I done did a couple of people wrong, and it's still, stuff is
She
still
said
okay.
I can have all the Leos. I don't want them. I agree, Lexi.
Who said that?
She said Leos are trash. I don't know if I would say they're trash because that would be like me saying my grandpa trash, and my grandpa was everything to me. But what I will say is that, and I know this is true, and Ben, you got to admit
I need to hear. Can we hear some callers on why y'all feel this way about Leos?
Leos think that
Here
they
we go.
know every fucking thing. They think
That's not true.
that they way is law. You
I
know
can
what
see
I'm
that
saying?
because we create our own atmosphere. So I'm not gonna speak on shit that I don't know. Like when it comes to shit I know, if I'm speaking on it, I know it for sure.
They think they way is law, but
A
at
lot
the
of times
same
it is.
time, they are probably some of the most giving people. Some of the most giving and selfish people at the same time, because it's like if they fuck with you, they'll give whatever they got if they can to you if they fuck with you. But at the same time, like if they don't fuck with you, they'll hit you with the I ain't got it real quick with no fucks given. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's one thing. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If not,
they will
I
hit you
don't.
with I ain't got it like it's nothing.
That's the
And
Heisman.
with cash in their hand, like, oh, I ain't got it.
Nigga, you sitting there counting like,
Yeah, money machine like.
how much you
I
need?
ain't got it.
You need $5? Oh,
But,
all I got is 20s. I ain't got it, G.
But yeah, solid dudes though. Just I don't know. Y'all niggas got female issues though. I realize also that
got
Leos,
females
y'all
issues.
have issues with taking any type of direction. I don't want to say direction because that's probably the wrong word to use because that's the problem. Y'all don't like the idea of direction, but y'all
Not
have
true.
issues with taking any sort of advice from women.
That's not true.
I think that the
Not
Leo
everybody.
really does have to feel like they're the king of the fucking jungle. Like
that's probably a July Leo.
Nah, nigga.
That's
that August.
That's not that mid-August Leo.
The Leo really has to feel like they the king of the fucking jungle.
All
like,
right, Ashley.
you know.
I see you.
But I'll answer the question.
They don't like to be told. Wait, first, hold on. Now, where my real Leos at? Look, let me be real. A lot of Leos don't. But however,
What up, Lexi?
I listen to women. Me and you done sat and had conversations where I listen to you about stuff where we talk about.
You know what? The thing about it is I can't tell when you listening to me or not.
That's why nobody should fall in love with me, because you can't tell.
I can't tell when you listening to me or not, because like in the moment I feel like you be going against the grain, but maybe you listen. I don't know.
But the results tell different.
I don't know, nigga.
Hello. Now.
I don't know, nigga.
Now, let's see. Nikki said, "Nah, all you have to do is form genuine relationships with a person, and subconsciously, we will begin to find ourselves attracted to that person, either deep friendship or relationship. But if that type of bond, LOL, anything is yo, check this out. Look, first, where the Leos at?
None.
Ain't no Leos in here.
My therapist, Lady A, said, if you know he got a wife at home, let that nigga be. Wait, you late, Lady A? Is she just catching up?
I don't know.
She said, Benjamin, if a woman wants you and wants to love you, she will know when you listening or not. And then Ashley said, I'm on the cusp.
She must be at the end of August.
So I will answer the question that I initially had for Ben, which is, what advice would you give a person that is falling in love with you?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, because until we got into all this Leo bashing and love showing. You know, you see how that Leo shit just went. It was like this: love can't stand you, love you can't stand you. That's exactly how Leos are. Leos is like, because I can fuck with somebody. And
so you see why I'm going through a divorce, right? This message is brought to you by Lion King. Beyonce, Jay-Z, The Gift, Move Forever. Yeah, Leos will never be in the same mood forever because they're fucking bipolar. But, you know, we fuck with y'all anyway. It's Leo season. Go check out Lion King. I heard it was good.
We are bipolar A. Don't play. Because I'm going to tell you, I felt like at one time in my life, I felt like I was dealing with bipolar shit for real, for real.
No, seriously. Like, when I tell you, like, bipolar, like, fucking insanely bipolar. Like, this shit is wild. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, I thought you weren't in love with me. Oh, you're in love with me again? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Leos could be in love with somebody or deeply have feelings for somebody and won't even show it. Like, it can be easily be covered up.
I experienced the opposite. I experienced someone telling me that they were no longer in love with me, but all of their actions were clearly indicative of them being in love with me. Like, how are you stalking me, but you're not in love with me? Nigga, you're in the Rouse parking lot. Nigga, you're in the smoke shop parking lot. Nigga, you're in every parking lot.
This message is brought to you by all the Fupas all over the world.
All the parking lots.
If you got Fupa in the parking lot, you are super.
Hey, Super Fupa in the parking lot.
Super Fupa coming to a bedroom near you.
A parking lot near you. No, but seriously though, on a serious note.
So what would you tell somebody if they, or what advice would it be if they was falling in love with you?
If you're falling in love with me,
be gentle.
Go ahead
and say that.
Me, my nigga. First of all, I'm a thug. Let's start there.
Unbreak my heart.
No, my G. First of all, I'm going to need you to, first and foremost, respect my gangster. I'm going to need you to know, don't let the light skin fool you. That's the first and foremost, because niggas always let this light skin fool them, and I need them to know that just because I'm light skinned, I am a fucking gangster. That's the first and foremost. Secondly, don't fall in love with me if you know that you don't have intentions of doing right by me. Third of all, don't confuse falling in love with this pussy as in falling in love with me. Two totally separate things.
I mean, today's time, they got to fall in love with that first.
The shit will fool you. I'm dope as fuck, and the pussy is too. Combo package, but I'm just saying, like, you're going to have to figure out how to mesh between the two. Just saying. You gotta figure that out yourself, my G. It's not my job, it's your job.
Jesus.
And fourth of all, if you know that you're married or in a relationship or you stay with your baby mama or something like that, don't fall in love with me because I'm fucking crazy and I can't deal with that shit.
I can vouch for the crazy part.
So I don't even want to put myself in that situation to fucking put you in that situation. So just don't do it. Nigga, don't fuck with me if you know that you in a situation because I'm the bitch that's gonna fucking, yeah. I'm not gonna hit the bitch up, but I'm gonna hit your ass up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
people
hit
that's
you
listen,
up.
You never go against the person that they cheat on. You, if your girlfriend cheating on you, you check the bitch. If your nigga cheating on you, you check the nigga. You don't ever check the person they cheating with.
I'm not gonna hit her up, but I'm gonna hit you up. So
best of both worlds.
And another thing that you need to know is that don't let me get bored. Like, I appreciate the fact that you love me and I probably love you too, but it's going to take more than just love for this shit to work out. Like, I need you to keep that same energy. Like, we need to have fun with each other. Like, I need you to keep that stamina together too, because the sex life needs to be fucking together.
Well, yeah, we talked about that. Well, we talked about it with the that's
and not just sex, but even like activities. I'm not one of those people who like to go to the movies and shit. Like, I like to do other shit. Like, I like to bowl and do karaoke and talk shit. I like to play dominoes and Uno and shit.
Well, you would know that off the bat.
I don't like to fucking do boring shit. Like, I like to fucking go on vacations and travel and shit. So if you don't like to fly, don't fall in love with me.
No, yeah.
If you don't have a passport or you don't have any intentions of getting a passport, or if you know you have a criminal background or you owe child support and you can't get a passport, don't fall in love with me. Please. Because it's not going to work. Like, I like to travel and I have hella countries that I need to go to and we can't go together and it's not going to work. And finally, if you want to have more children, don't fall in love with me because I can't have kids. And unfortunately, I am not married and there will not be another Immaculate Conception. And nigga, yeah.
That's most definitely important.
I don't know if I have anything else.
That would have to be talked about up front, I would think.
I mean,
with
I don't.
every
That's
person.
not something that I say like out the gate to everybody. But like, if I feel like we,
because that could be a game changer for somebody.
well, I say that to people who I feel I need to. Like, so for example, like if you're a guy who does not have any children,
Yeah.
and I feel like you trying to date me seriously, I will tell you. But if you somebody who has kids and you've expressed that you don't want any more kids, that's not something I feel like I need to advertise, because I feel like sometimes by saying that, niggas feel like that's a green light to just not have to take care of their responsibilities in other areas, and it's not.
Ashley, all women know what they want. It's us niggas that don't know what we want sometimes. You know.
Oh, I know exactly what I want, Ashley. But see, that's the problem. I know the problem, Ashley, when you know what you want, it makes it more harder. I feel like to some extent, Ashley, like it was easier when I didn't know what I wanted because I was more willing to compromise. Like now that I do know what I want, like it's a more narrow window of who fits into that. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you see, it was easy for me to break that down real quick. I'm sure it's some more things I could think of, but
what make it tough is when you know what you want, but like,
well, I was actually saying what,
like with me,
what we don't want.
No, well, okay, well, you know what you want though, right? And sometimes
I feel like it's harder to say what you do want than what you don't want.
Well, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like you usually attract the opposite.
That's true
of what you like. There's, man, can I
no.
about
Let
that?
me rephrase that. I attract what I want. I don't attract what I need.
There you go. Now, and see that right there is how. That's why I feel the divorce and the cheating rate, everything is where it is now, because we go after what we want instead of what we need. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough. But for me, even when you're not looking, right? Like you would attract somebody that's total opposite of what you want. Like for some reason, like there's been chicks trying to talk to me that smoke weed. I don't smoke weed, and I wouldn't even date a woman that smoke weed. I wouldn't date a woman that has kids.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't date a woman that has kids?
No.
That's interesting.
No. I don't want to be a stepdad.
Okay.
Like if we ain't gonna have kids, in the long run, we just ain't gonna have kids. Like if I can't have my own, nah.
I feel it.
Well, I could take that. I would date, but I wouldn't marry. I don't think I would marry. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah.
Actually, it's funny you said that, because one of my close homeboys that I work with, I remember when I was first dating my ex and I was telling him that I was getting married, and he was just so anti-marriage. I mean, he was just like, I ain't never gonna get married. That shit is like for the birds. Like he was just anti-marriage. And so long story short, when I told him that things didn't go as planned and we were like separated before I had actually filed, and he was just getting into a relationship. He had gotten into a relationship with a girl who had 2 daughters. And he was actually telling me like he felt like one of the things that made him feel even more committed to the relationship with the girl was his relationship with that girl's daughters, because he said that the girls just like, they just gravitated to him so quickly, once he was introduced to them, that he felt he didn't have his father in his life. So he said that if he ever had the opportunity to be in a child's life, that he was committed to that. And he didn't want to like play around with that, basically.
Right.
So long story short, he told me he didn't even care if him and that girl even had a child together. Like, basically, he was happy with the family that they had established together, with him basically, taking on that position with those two girls. And I think that's dope as fuck, especially coming from where he came from as being a guy who was like totally opposed to the idea of marriage, and now total opposite. Like, you're with a woman who has 2 kids, 2 girls at that, not boys, 2 girls, and like you are fully engrossed in it. I'm like, that was a total transformation.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, sometimes it takes some, they in the message board saying, what if the kids are grown? Like,
I think it's harder when the kids are grown, actually.
Well, I'll put it like this. If her kids are grown, well, her kids are women, yeah. Not if she got some grown niggas. I'm fine. We got to fight. We fighting.
I think it's harder when the kids are grown, Lady A, because, like I said, in my last situation, he had grown kids, and for one thing, you have to deal with what was their relationship like, aside from you guys. But what was their relationship like? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you do stuff for her daughter you didn't do for us, type shit.
Exactly. Like, they might have already had a slightly strained relationship, and then you trying to bring a woman into the relationship too, and then now you trying to acclimate. We got a call?
Yeah. Seriously, none of the podcast. What we got?
What up, this Lady A?
What's going on?
Boo.
Hey.
What you got to go against me today?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I know she about to get on my head.
Hi.
Hey, Lady A, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good
No,
too.
actually,
Thank you.
I'm not.
She sounds so sweet.
Actually, what I want to say to you,
Ben.
Ready?
Yes.
I was gonna say respect. Most men aren't willing to admit that source. Like, they wouldn't date a woman with kids. But I had a question for you. I'm not going against you.
Okay.
And the reason why I posted, what if the kids are grown? Because the reality is, we're not in our age factor where we're at. Most girls or women from there have either had their kids, or, you know what I mean, their kids are almost out the gate, out the door, and they're not necessarily going to impede on their future relationships, because their kids are going on living their own life, college, moving forward. So
but we in our 30s though. We 34. Well, between the ages of 34 to like say 40. So
right.
I mean,
and a lot of that age group has kids that are 16, 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, but see, that's what I'm saying. That would be me, to where like they still are in the household, or they still have to be taken care of.
Proms.
Proms.
He's like, I ain't trying to get another Maserati.
First year college.
He's like, I cannot
you
do
know
that.
what I'm saying? Like, if
champagne parties.
If we are not able to have kids, then I'd just rather it be just us two until the wheels fall off.
So what I'm saying is, you would ask out the woman that has a kid, but like, let's say she's not asking you to take on that role of responsibility. What if that kid's dad is still in his or her life?
Even with
and
that,
she's
like,
just saying, be there
that makes
for
it
me.
more hard, Lady A.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with no baby daddies. It's tough, like, because you don't know the temperature of these dudes now, and and this is just me speaking off. You know, if I was in that position down the line, if that ever happened to me, we don't know. It can probably change. I'm just speaking off of right now. So, you know, I wouldn't, like, without talk, I'm not just be like, oh, you got a kid, I'm not talking to you. But as far as like a baby, like, you got a baby that's like 2 years old.
Well, 2 is different. I feel like 2 is like,
So,
I feel like 2 is different.
Are you gauging like what the nature of your relationship might be with that person based on the age? Because AC, you said if they grown is different, if they're this age is different, and if that, of course, if they're in different age brackets, it's going to be different, because it can determine how much time and attention that kid is going to need, and it'll predetermine how much time you may get with that person you're interested in. So that's why when he made that comment, regard to if a woman got kids, I wouldn't date her. I'm like, well, what if they are grown, or what if they are
if they grown? So meaning, I would have to be dealing with a woman that's like 44 and she has a child that's like 20. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if she's out the house and there's no taking care of me, that's different. Then it's just me and you. Like, you got a child. I mean, you know, your kid is always gonna be your kid. You always gonna
be responsible for him.
Because I've seen people in relationships get into it over
the kid.
Now,
I'm gonna be real.
Wait, but not just the kid. They're grown ass kid, meaning the adult kid.
Okay, I was gonna say, now I do hear what you're saying. Like, my mom just disclosed to me, like, her and a guy broke up because of, you know, she was a single mom and he felt like she gave me too much time. Like, it's always about your daughter. And in her mind, she's like, it is about it was about my daughter because that was my daughter. Yeah. But hindsight, my mom is like, yeah, she could have probably addressed things differently or handled things differently as far as giving herself more attention on the woman's side. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I was just kind of like, you know, if they were grown, like, had she seen him outside.
Lady A, you brought up actually a very good point. I think that sometimes it's harder when they're grown because think about it. Like, nowadays, it's hard for most grown people, especially, like, let's say grown, like, because you said our age group, so grown meaning like 18 to 20. So if, assuming they're not in college and they're grown and they're like still at the house, but they're like not in school.
That's the same thing.
No,
that's the worst fucking scenario. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think that shit will work. Like, I couldn't fuck with a nigga who has a grown, especially a daughter. You can't have two fucking women in this household, who require your attention and your money and your affection, and you expected to give it to both equally, and I can't ask you to deprive her of what she needs, nor can she be expecting that of you. That shit is hell nah. That shit is like, and then you factor in the mothers too, and you know whether or not the relationship with the mother plays a role in that situation.
It's different for guys than it is for girls. That's why I was saying I agree with being like, it's different. Like, keeping it all the way 100. The guy I'm talking to now, right? He got 3 kids. He got a 22-year-old, a 15-year-old, and an 8-year-old.
Stop.
Right?
He said stop.
So
run.
My whole vibe is like, wow.
Stay
but he
woke.
Want more kids.
Stay woke.
Get out.
Stay woke.
Right.
He got kids.
But listen, at first I ain't gonna lie, I was a little thrown off.
You should have been. You still should be thrown off.
And here's the thing, even more thrown off because they're all his kids are by different women.
Wait a minute now.
Hey, he got that dick.
This message has been brought to you by condoms.
This message has been brought to you by that dick.
Wear them.
Nah, he got that swipe.
I cannot.
Hey, I ain't mad at that man. Let's give a round of applause to that man for having that swipe.
Yeah.
So my question was like, do I still stay and kick it, or do I exit? Right?
You keep it, but you guys gotta be focused. I gotta give her the advice on this. I'm sorry, Ben, not to cut you off, but this is a different situation. Lady A, your mindset gotta be different on this one.
You sure the fuck does.
You gotta go into it with a different frame of mind here. You know what I'm saying?
Lord have mercy.
Not to say that he's not capable of being in a committed relationship, but you just can't go into it like fully vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause sometimes we just go into it all open and shit. And when you open, you know, you leave yourself open for infection and shit. Like we can't be completely open in this motherfucker.
You leave yourself open, there'll be some scoping.
I'm just saying, like, you know, it's okay to be open minded, but you don't want to be vulnerable. It's a difference between open minded and vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I'm pretty good at gauging. Like, I'm open-minded.
Look at me giving Lady A advice. I'm proud of myself. Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of myself.
But I am pacing myself too.
Yeah, you gotta use gotta cause you didn't tell me that. Like that's tread lightly. That's 3 women's personalities you gotta deal with.
Women don't tread lightly. When they like a nigga, they like a nigga and they go. Women be crash dummies for niggas they like.
The problem is when these niggas be fine.
Crash dummies.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
When these niggas be fine, we overlook a lot of the shit that.
Or if we get dickmatized, then we just flag. We don't even pay attention.
Crash dummies.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate, but
that's the difference between men and women.
No, it's not.
Ben. No, it's not.
Niggas is not crashed. Well, no. I tell you, it is some niggas. I ain't gonna say niggas in general.
Exactly. Don't do that.
Some niggas.
Thank you, because niggas is out here getting mediocre pussy, not even A1, but mediocre pussy and making poor ass decisions. So neither here nor there.
Yeah, but it's more women making bad decisions over
A1 dick. Absolutely.
Okay.
Over A1
so it's
dick.
For real. I'm gonna continue tuning in offline.
Yeah, you better.
You just made the sexist remark, and you know you wrong for that.
Hey man,
it's more women. Come on, bro.
I've been called sexist. I've been called homophobic.
He won't help himself.
No, you're not homophobic.
I've been told I'm homophobic.
You are sexist.
Hey man, when you do this type of shit, you gotta wear all kinds of jackets.
That's that Leo. That's that trash.
All right, lady, I appreciate your call. We talk to you later.
She'll be calling us as soon as the show's over.
Whenever you disrespect the sign,
we love you.
That's a sign for you to leave.
Leos are hard-headed, stubborn, arrogant, narcissistic individuals.
Okay.
All right.
That's what they are.
All right, Kip, put her on the block list. All right, lady. We'll talk to you later.
I love y'all. I'm done.
We love you too.
You have been put on the block list. No more calls.
I love my nigga Kip.
That's funny.
No, but honestly, you know,
it's time to wrap. Go ahead.
I just want to tap into something that Lady A said real quick though before we go, because I know a lot of our listeners can relate to this. And honestly, contrary to popular belief, I know a lot of the male listeners can relate to this, because there are a lot of people out here who are putting themselves. Let's not act like there's not some men out here who are fucking with women who got 3 kids by 3 different babies' dads, because they, you know, saying all the shit that makes sense. They probably, you know, made some changes in their life that make sense. And, you know, you want to look past what appears to be the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that most of us want to believe that people can change. And most of us want to believe that people, you know, may have a past, but that doesn't define who they are as a person. And I don't think that people are wrong for trying to see the good in people. But I think that for most of us who are tuning into this show, who are in the 30 and over group, I think we at that age now where we don't have that much time to, you know, to play games with people. And so when stuff kind of like has the red flags of something that looks like and feels like and sounds like, and, you know, got the you know, connotations of situations that seem like might be bullshit. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we just gotta deal with it accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that you don't deal with the person at all. And again, I'm not talking about Lady A's situation specifically. I'm just talking in general. I'm just saying, like, you know, when you choose to engage in a situation that may have that stereotypical red flag situation, for example, you just got to go into it with a different state of mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
you can't go into it with the mindset that you would go into it, say, you know, the boy next door. This nigga's not the boy next door.
Clearly.
This nigga been fucking all the girls next door.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Clearly.
But
so you got to deal with him based on knowing that, and you got to protect yourself because you are the girl next door and you could get that issue as well. Like, you can't put yourself out there to be fucked.
Yeah. Don't be.
We have to, guys. Like, it's just like I said earlier when it comes to like Leela or whoever else. Like, we have to put ourselves first. We have to.
Everybody put yourself first.
I mean, not to say that other people don't matter, but we matter. Right?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
That's all I'm saying.
I matter, you matter, we matter. The people in the message boards matter.
And Fupas fucking matter, most importantly. I mean, that's what this shit is all about.
Fupas and the Supas. The Supas matter too.
You know, but I just that's just the little gem that I wanted to leave them with is, you know, because I think and we've talked about this before. I think we've all been guilty of making excuses for people. I've done this shit with friends, family, coworkers, homies.
Why you feel we excuse me, why you feel we make excuses for people? Why you feel that is? Like,
because the idea of who we want that person to be is fucking fantastic, and we don't want to face the reality of what it actually is. Like, I just had to face the reality today, well, not today, but over the past week or two, of the fact that a lot of these niggas that portray themselves to be the quote unquote good guy are fucking fuck boys too.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
It depends on who they dealing with.
It really doesn't.
Because niggas can turn that shit on and off. So like,
even still, that's still fuckboy shit.
It depends.
It doesn't matter.
It depends on how they look at the person that they dealing with.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
same shit.
Because you don't deal with everybody the same.
But to me, it's all the same because to me,
never.
But let me tell you why it's the same to me though. and again, I respect your opinion as well, but I'm just telling you from my perspective why I think it's the same.
Okay.
So Ben, if I'm talking to you, right, and I'm asking you questions in the midst of us talking, like, okay, are you dating other women? Are you fucking other women? Do you see yourself dating me? Just different series of questions that you ask someone while you're navigating through the process of like trying to talk to someone.
Okay.
And they're answering those questions in a way that you assume are honest, but then you discover over time that they're not being honest with you, right?
What niggas do when they trying to get the draws. Yes.
Fuckboy shit, right? And so then on top of that, you realize that they've been also telling these same lies to a lot of other people as well, because they're also trying to do the same shit with these other people too. Get the draws. So that means they're a fuckboy. I mean, you can't call it anything other than what it is.
That mean that boy is just trying to fuck. So let me tell you,
he's a fuck boy.
No, that boy's trying to fuck. Now let me tell you.
What's the difference between a fuck boy and a boy that's trying to fuck?
A fuck boy do multiple shit other than just trying to fuck. So understand.
And what do you mean when you say the boy trying to fuck? Because also sometimes the boy do fuck boy shit, but don't be trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, some niggas be out here just doing fuck boy shit just because it's an activity to do.
It's just a pastime.
Exactly. It's not even like they trying to fuck.
They entertainment.
Exactly. It's fuck boy.
It's entertainment.
It's fuck boy.
But see, understand this. So if shout out to Ashley. Ashley said a real man can't be a fuck boy. Now.
But
understand.
I say my comment.
So this is why I say this: a nigga is only going to do that type of shit to a woman that he's just trying to smash. If a nigga's really trying to build something with somebody other than just smashing, he's going to come at them a whole different way than just saying anything to get the draws. Period.
That's possible.
So that's.
But I think sometimes niggas lie to the women who they're quote unquote trying to build something with because they think that they're not going to find out.
Are they?
Or they just be with the fuckboy shit. They like be with the fuckboy shit while they talking to women who they quote unquote respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it depends on it depends on what the person is giving out or what that situation is. Now, if it's just something to just, a one night stand, or, this is just somebody to sleep with at the time, then yes, you will get the sweet nothings of what you need to hear to get to the draws.
But that's fuckboy shit.
Not if the boy just want to fuck.
Okay.
I would think fuckboy shit is more than just sweet nothings to get to the draws.
What's fuckboy shit?
That's a whole nother episode.
I mean, it's really not, because I'm a little confused about what the difference is between a fuckboy and a boy that's trying to fuck. Like, if you're lying to someone about what your intentions are and what you're doing with other people because you're being deceptive, that's fuckboy shit.
It depends on the type of person you're dealing with. If you know this person needs to hear this to get in your draws, hey, it is what it is. Some people can be upfront with people like, yo, this is what we happen. Now, oh, we just gonna meet up and smash. Okay, this is what we about to do. Mm-hmm. Some people need to hear
But you think it's okay for someone to lie to someone because that's what needs to happen in order for them to accomplish the goal that they're trying to accomplish?
No, but some people don't. Some people, like me and my boy Dolly said, some people get to their goals by cheating. Everybody don't play fair.
But why are we not calling it what it is, which is fuckboy shit?
I mean, to each his
Can
own.
you tell Dolly to call in? I would like to hear Dolly's opinion on this.
Dolly, he ain't even in the message board. I'm pretty sure he's asleep.
Cause I'm like, I feel like what you're saying right now is you're defending.
No.
You're defending.
I'm not defending. No, I wouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't tell if there's nothing. I wouldn't tell somebody something just to get the draws. I wouldn't do that. But what I'm saying is, so if this is what it is, this is what this person. Because some people, I was talking to my cousin Day. Everybody's not meant to be in a relationship or to be. You know what I'm saying? So.
But they should be honest about that, right?
Well, you know off the back by talking though.
How?
Because okay.
Because that goes back to what we talked about earlier. Some people portray themselves to be something that they're not, and so that's basically what I was explaining earlier. Is that I don't think that that's the part that's being made clear. Is that some people portray themselves to be, this good guy, like, oh yeah, I just want that, like how you posted the other day, like in this hot girl summer, I'm just looking for a wife kind of thing.
Shout out to Big Sean.
You know what I mean? And in actuality, you're really looking for hot girls, my nigga, because you're doing all that fuckboy shit that, that displays that you're looking for a hot girl, right? But you're saying that you want the whole, like, oh, I want this and that or whatever. So I'm just saying, like, to some extent, it's like kind of deceptive if you think about it.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to figure out, how is that not
fuckboy shit?
Right.
Because I think fuckboy shit is just more than just getting in somebody's draws. That's what I'm saying. So if a nigga just get into your draws, he's just a nigga into your draws. Because niggas know who they want to be in a relationship with or build with.
Okay.
More than women do. Or are they more how can I put it? I think we talked about it before. When it's time for a nigga to get married, a nigga know when he's ready to get married and who he want to get married to. Same thing with relationships. A nigga know who he want to be in a relationship with and who he just want to sleep with.
Okay.
However, if somebody's trying to, if it's somebody who he's trying to sleep with, or if they're built, or if their conversations come up to where, I forgot that question you was asking, like you dealing with somebody, whatever the case.
Thank you, Ashley.
He
dancing around it.
Who?
She said, call it what it is. I mean, because you kind of like dancing around.
No, because it takes more than just trying to sleep with somebody.
So let me ask you, what do we call the guy who's being deceptive about what his intentions are?
Shit.
What is his name?
A person, people in 2019. That's everybody.
Wow.
That's everybody. Everybody put up a facade. Nobody's living.
I don't think
a lot of people is not living their truth. Let's be real. Like
I don't think that's what that's called.
A lot of people don't live their truth out here.
Talil said a Mac. I think that would be a fair title. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
A fuckboy would probably be more like appropriate, but
it take more than just trying to lie to a woman to get in her drawers to be a fuckboy. That probably could fall.
But Talil said a Mac is his name. I mean, that's fair. A Mac. I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, like, cause like, for example, you know, I don't try to portray myself to be anything that I'm not. It's no secret that I'm legally married, that I'm going through a divorce. Like, if I know that I have no intentions on being in a serious relationship, like, I will put that out there. Like, look, like, you know, even like when we had the conversation like a week or two ago when I was like, look, I'm still healing from a serious breakup. Like, I'm very transparent and honest about every part of me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anybody who fucks with me, one thing they can't say is that I'm a liar. You know what I mean?
But you can't expect everybody to be like
But
you.
I should be able to.
No, you can't.
But I should be able to.
Why? Everybody's not going to be as true as you.
But that's the thing. I don't want to fuck with anybody that's not. Because
then you shouldn't.
And I don't. And that's exactly why, you know, people get ignored and all that stuff like that. But because I'm not gonna entertain situations of people who just want to, you know, they just want to know that they can fuck with me, but they don't really want to fuck with me. You know what I mean?
That's what
it goes back to what we were talking about earlier.
Niggas do that.
They want to know that they can fuck with you, but they don't really want to fuck with you because in actuality, niggas all day long is like, oh, what are you doing? Or, oh, you know, can they take you out? Or, oh, want to hit you up with all these messages to like uphold a conversation, but have no intentions of really trying to build something with you. You know what I mean? And
it depends on who's starting the conversation. If the female's starting the conversation, then niggas just conversating. If the nigga's not starting that conversation, like, yo, if a nigga's not asking you these questions, then whoever's the person asking the question is the person that's more serious in that situation. That
initiates the conversation. I mean,
yeah.
It can go both ways. I think in some situations it's definitely been the guy initiating the conversation, and in some situations it'll be the person initiating.
That's what I'm saying. So whoever initiating
I can't really say that I've ever initiated contact with someone.
No, not just talking. I'm talking about the serious questions of you dating anybody? Are you?
Oh blah, yeah.
Blah, blah. Like if you're the initiator, that you are the more serious person. I would feel in that situation you would be the more serious person if you were, because a nigga wouldn't care. Like if it's just a smash session, a nigga's not gonna ask you that. He don't care who you dealing with. It's just the session is just.
I guess one of my questions I have too is like, let's say it's just a smash. Like, how long is a nigga gonna like be entertaining conversation with a person before they actually take the initiative to try to smash you?
Shit.
Because niggas would be sitting there trying to hold conversations with you forever and a day, but don't actually try to smash. What's that about?
Well, it depends on what the conversation's about. If the conversation's about smashing, don't smash, then you know it's like the what is it? Is it the turtle? Is it the rabbit holding the turtle? Or the carrot over the turtle? Like
because like, well, based on what you're saying, it sounds like if a person is engaging in conversation with someone and they're not serious,
okay,
but they still make a point to keep conversation going.
No, it depends on what the conversation about. I'm saying if whoever asks about if anybody asks, are you dating anybody right now? That's a clear indication of that you're trying to deal. It's like that's like a dating or relationship question. Hey, you dealing with anybody?
So?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that that's a relationship question. I think that's just a question.
Or dating. That's what I'm saying. Or dating.
I think that's a question that you should ask even on a fucking basis, because you should want to know if someone is fucking other people.
Nope. If you're trying to smash, you're trying to smash.
Okay, well, I don't operate like that, because even if I'm just trying to smash, I still want to know if you're fucking other people, because
from a nigga point of view, if a nigga don't ask that means he's just trying to smash. Like if a nigga's not like, oh, when last time you talked to somebody, last time you had sex, you talking to anybody, that's a thing of, you know, if he don't ask that, he don't give a fuck. He's just trying to smash. At least that's how I feel.
No, I feel you, but I would think that even if a nigga's trying to smash, he should still be concerned with when was the last time you had sex or something, because he should be concerned with his own safety, right?
I mean, shit.
That doesn't matter.
Nigga care? Do a nigga care? If you say, if a nigga's trying to get top or smash, you told him and he asked you when last time you had sex, you told him yesterday, you think he'll be like, oh, I'll call you back. Oh, that's cool.
I mean, some might, because there's other options.
Not if they just trying to smash. If a nigga want to drop the hammer on that nail, he's going to hit it.
I guess that's the whole thing. That's probably why I'm in a place that I'm at right now, where I'm just a little isolated, because I don't know.
Well, I mean,
it seemed like the standards are just extremely low.
If the flags are there,
extremely low.
If the flags are there,
and I don't,
and you choose to ignore them, if you choose to ignore the flags, I mean, it is what it is. Like the telltale, you know what telltales is. The telltale is like in the Midwest when they have that thing on top of the barn with the rooster on top, and you got the Northwest, and it start blowing, let you know the hurricane coming. Mm-hmm. That's the.
We got a caller.
That's the. Let me unhook this because we ain't even taking no more callers because we way past over show.
Take the call.
That was a personal call.
Personal.
Now, the telltales is the things that warn you before a storm come. You know what I'm saying? So there are telltales / red flags, you know, before you get into this situation.
I want to read these comments real quick before we go. Talil said, you tell a female that you aren't looking for nothing serious, then they will leave or turn into a crybaby. Ashley said, you got to lie to keep her or stop her from crying, and that makes you a Mac? Nah, bro.
That's not what he said.
I just want to say, what?
No, she was. I think she was replying to him. So you got to lie to keep her, and stop her from crying, and that makes you a Mac.
So let's read it again. He said, you tell a female that you aren't looking for nothing serious, then they will leave or turn into a crybaby. So she said, so you got to lie to keep her or stop her from crying, and that makes you a Mac? Nah, bro.
Keep her.
She reiterated exactly what he said.
Keep her? No, but look.
He basically saying you got to lie to fuck.
If a nigga want to sleep with a female, they will go great lengths.
So can I just say one thing before we go, because I feel like it needs to be said.
Okay.
Because niggas are really simple-minded in 2019. I'm not talking about you personally, but just niggas in general.
I fall in that, I think.
I mean, it's your choice if you do or not. I'm not talking about you, but because you already said earlier that you're not a part of this population anymore. But
hello,
niggas really either think very highly of themselves or think very simple-minded of us to think that we can't handle casual sex. Let me tell you something, my nigga. We, she, us have shit to do as well. Bitches have whole ass bills, whole ass kids, whole ass responsibilities as well, and don't always want the obligations of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just want a dude who, you know, is good company, good sex, and good conversation, and don't necessarily want all the obligations that come with that. And we be giving y'all every opportunity to be honest about what's going on with y'all, so that we can have that. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, y'all either don't respect us enough to tell us the truth, or y'all think that we're simple-minded, so y'all feel like y'all have to lie to us, or y'all are so simple that y'all feel like y'all have to lie. I'm not sure exactly where y'all fall into that category, but somewhere or another, y'all fall into one of these categories. And so what I'm saying is that it's like you said, it's 2019, right? So that's the theme that we're going with. It's 2019. So it's time for niggas to realize that women can handle the truth.
But they can't handle that shit straight up. Like, yo, if you... Okay, say you talking to
if she can't handle it, then she's not the one for you. It's okay.
That's what
there's going to be another one.
That's what I'm saying.
Niggas are talking to multiple bitches at the same time. It's nothing for a nigga to turn down a bad bitch anyway, right? Okay. So if she's not the one, then you just move on to the next one. It's not a big deal.
But this is what I'm saying though. If you sit on the phone and talk to a dude and you say, yo, you talking to anybody right now? If a nigga say, yo, I'm not gonna answer that because that shit don't even matter. I'm just trying to hit. I'm being real. How many women is going to accept that?
Well, the bottom line is that everybody has choices.
Yes.
So if you choose not to answer the question that I'm asking you, and I choose not to fuck you because you chose not to answer, then we all have choices. So with that said, there's someone for everyone. But you will not know that unless you're honest. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if you're being completely honest about your situation, you will realize that maybe you don't have to fucking lie. But because niggas are so used to lying, like that's usually like the first...
that can be it too.
That's the first call of duty. Then they don't even think to see beyond that to see what she might be. They just go for what's familiar. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just saying that to say that, like, I think that now is the time to recognize that maybe it's worth it, not even about her, but just for yourself. Like how Ashley told me, like, be honest about what you want. Like, if you know that you just want to fuck, be honest with this woman. Like, you know what? I think you're attractive. I think you're intelligent. You got your shit together. I would love to be in your presence and possibly even, you know, lay up with you and, you know, feel what you or see what you feel like inside. That's a
nice way of saying it.
But that's my point. You don't have to be raunchy with it. Like, there's ways of telling a woman what you want without having to blatantly say, I just want to fuck you. But niggas don't put energy into shit. Like, you could get exactly what you want if you just say the shit the right way. Like, you don't have to lie. You could tell her, like, look, I'm not looking for something serious right now because I have X, Y, and Z that I'm focused on right now. But I think you're amazing and I would love to be in your presence. And if that's something that you're interested in, I would love to keep getting to know you or whatever. Well, I mean, there's ways of saying it without saying, like, I just want to fuck you.
Niggas can go the way that you saying just because they don't want to, I don't know, maybe hurt or whatever the case, hurt a person or hurt feelings.
But that's what ends up happening anyway, because the truth always comes to the light. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, whether they realize it or not, like, the approach that they're taking is not really the mature or responsible one, because ultimately it's just a poor reflection on your character when you choose to lie to fuck somebody versus just being honest about what you want, because grown-ups are honest about what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's just a slippery slope, man. Or maybe if it has to go to all of this, then maybe it just shouldn't be, and just keep it pushing, man. So yeah, we gave y'all a extra 30 minutes of show.
We really didn't. It's only been 2 hours and 19 minutes.
It's been 2 hours.
We
and
didn't
27.
start right at 9.
On here, it say 2 hours and 28 minutes. We've been rolling.
2 hours and 19 minutes on this live, but okay.
You should look up there. Even up there, say 2:30. I don't know if it's a lag on it or not, but yeah, man. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to Ashley for first time watching or being in message board. Shout out to Vic Mo. He said your cast is dope.
And Vic, I'm definitely planning to plug his music in. I'll talk to you about it after the show.
Oh, okay.
He got a song that I wanted to play, but I didn't get a chance to let you hear it.
Oh yeah.
So we might have to play that next week.
Yeah. Most definitely. And shout out to everybody that continue to be...
Brittany Page.
Brittany Page?
Yes.
Shout out to Brittany Page.
10 years in counting.
Shout out to everybody that's still supporting
my boy Jasper White,
the Patreon page. We appreciate you for still helping us and growing and keeping this thing going. Us here at Townhouse Media, we really appreciate it. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora,
everywhere.
Everywhere except Tidal. And I'm really trying to get there, so we'll see what happens. I don't know why people always hit me while I'm doing the show. I just got hit say you're not doing the show, and the show is on. That's nuts. So I'm gonna go out with since we talk about all this Mac stuff and all of that. I'm gonna go out with a song by Larry June called
oh my goodness,
called Still Mackin', featuring
Can I choose a song?
Featuring I already.
Go ahead.
Featuring Zakari, which is the dude that sing on the Kendrick Lamar song Love. Yeah, man, Still Mackin'. Appreciate y'all.
Shout out.
It's not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording,
I'm still macking. Hit it all night and then she cook a nigga breakfast. Turn my phone off for a second, no text message. Avocado, fresh omelet, little feta. I dropped the top, been a few corners, I'm just living. She said she wanna hit that beach, I slide the Stetson. One thing I never would do is fuck random women. Got her legs all on the sink, we in the kitchen. Damn it, love, you gotta be at work in 10 minutes. I got 2 cell phones, but she never ever tripping. I'm a pimp / rapper, but with you I feel different. I got a 5 years old son, I'm always here when he need me. Throughout the fucking bullshit, all my whips stay clean, nigga. She showed me I could love again. I'm still macking. Yeah. Oh, give me some sugar. I am your neighbor. I'm still macking. I'm still macking. Damn, baby girl, why you looking like that? I never fall in love, but you might just change that. Face on 10 and her ass so fat. I'm a grown man, I ain't worried about your past. Insecure niggas got you tripping. You beautiful, don't let him tell you different. We can grab sushi on a Wednesday. Then Sunday you probably can get this dick. I'ma fly you out to the bay. I'ma show you how a nigga live. Shit. Maybe we should hit the Golden Gate. Or maybe we should just sip Priv. Hit a nigga line. She showed me I could love again. I'm still macking. Yeah. Some sugar, I am your neighbor. I'm still macking. I'm still macking.
Are you fucking kidding me?